What's up with it? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. And yeah, we're going to have a hell of a show for you today. Oh yeah, you better believe that. Hell of a show today. Let's get it in. When y'all come in the building, hit my like button and then jump in the comments and let me know you in the building. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm trying to do something right here. Give me 1 quick second. See who we got in the building. Let's see who we got in the building. Jalea, the chosen one, what's happening with it? All Might, what's happening with it? Anthony Johnson in the building, what's good with it? Nitty G in the building, what's happening with it? PLG Ski, what's happening with it? Rico Shaw, what's happening with it? EJJ, what's good with it? Sheena, the queen, is in the building. What's your point? What's happening with it? The Truth 661, what's good with it? Nitty G, what's happening with it? Tupac 13, what's good with it? Kareem Ebanks, what's happening with it? The Assassin DLJ, what's good? Cheese All Out Fitness. And the Queen, Stan 92, what's good with it? Yeah, like I said, we're going to have a hell of a show today. Give me 1 quick second, y'all. For some reason, my computer acting up. Yeah. Who else we got in the building? Detroit, BC, what's happening with it? Jiracho, what's happening with it? Mike Ryan, what's good? Who else I missed? Fat Cat, Showdown, Shadow Boxing, what's happening with it? Yeah, we finna get it in. Like I said, let me get this notification sent out real quick. Y'all give me 1 quick second. Yeah. Y'all hit the like button. As you come in the building, smash on the like button. Hit the like button. Soldier of God, what's happening with it? Mr. Steal Your Chin, what's good with it? Yes, sir. What's your point? Number one facts, what's happening with it? Bole, what's good with it? Salute. What's happening with it? Like I said, as you come in the building, hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button as you come in the building. There you go. My man Kwame East in the building. Lord to the game. Boxing talk. What it do? I was looking for you last night, Kwame. I thought you was finna go on there and cook, man. Big Drew Titan, what it is? What's happening with it, Big Drew? He back in effect. What's happening with it, Knockout? We miss you around these parts. I hope you enjoyed your vacation. My man J.A. Dixon in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah. Yeah, we gonna have a hell of a show today because we got some shit. We got some real shit to cook on. DP Rocker, what's happening with it? Picasso in the building. What it do? Yeah. Oh yeah, man. It be like sometimes. It be like that sometimes. It be like that sometimes, Kwame. I definitely understand that. Yeah, yeah. So like I said, as y'all come in the building, hit the like button. And yeah, KG, what's happening with it? He says, yo, what's good with it? What's happening with it? You already know. There you go, talking that boxing again. Mike Biggs boxing in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah. So hold on, let me check this message real quick and we're gonna get straight to it. Give me 1 second, y'all. So yeah, we're gonna get straight to it. What it do? Ricky Williams, what's happening with it? Ancestral Rage, what's happening with it? Skinny Too Litty, what's good with it? So let's just start off. Y'all know how I do. I'm gonna start off with a couple things, you know what I'm saying? With a couple things that's in the news. Let's talk about it. Hold on. Money Brown TV, what's happening with it?
Hey, what's going down, bro? How you feeling, champ?
Oh man, I'm good, man. We got some shit to cook on today.
Yes,
I'm glad you came in when you did, because I know you got a personal relationship with Richard Schaefer, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
I was just finna let the people know that haven't heard about it yet. If y'all don't know, Richard Schaefer and Lou DiBella, they actually coming together, right, to make like a joint co-promotion, right? So you know, Richard Schaefer, he has Pro Bellum. That's his promotional company. And then, you know, DiBella, he has his promotional company. So they coming together and they gonna be, you know, hey, coming in co-promoting, my bad. I'm tripping, y'all. Co-promoting a lot of big fights. You know, they're gonna be trying to steal a lot of big talent out there. So, you know, hey, a lot of y'all looking for change in boxing. A lot of y'all, some of y'all sick of the PBC and Al Heyman. Some of y'all sick of Bob Arum. You know, a lot of people was praying that we get, you know what I'm saying, Richard Schaefer back in the position that he was back when Golden Boy was running shit, right? Now he coming back and he got Lou DiBella. Now I know a lot of people don't like Lou DiBella, but you know, hey, we've been crying and wanting something new in boxing, right? As far as the promotional side, and now we're gonna get it. Money. What you know about this? You know, cause like I said, I know you have a personal relationship with Richard Schaefer. What you know about this?
Yeah, so with Pro Bellum is not Richard Schaefer promotion company. It's something that he's been put over, right? So he is the commander chief of the situation. But what he do is he go out and he link up with promoters and he link up with fighters as well. So what him and Lou DiBella doing, you know, he just coming on board with Lou DiBella and Pro Bellum because it's something new to the boxing game. But you know, they got a lot of fucking money over there. So now what they doing is trying to give us the big fights. You know what I'm saying? Richard Schaefer is known for giving us like all the big fights that happen with the pay-per-view events, besides Floyd and Pacquiao and Floyd and Conor McGregor, Richard Schaefer had his hand in on it. So, you know, he's just doing big things out here, man, making big moves, working with the best promotion companies that want to work with him. He like, you know, you got some companies that if you're not with the promotional company, then they not fucking with you. What they do is they working with promotional companies and with fighters. So it's just a new way of showing promotional companies that listen, we don't want your fighter. We don't need your fighter. You know what I mean? We can work with your ass, but we can put these fights out there for the people, try to get the people the biggest and best fights out there, along with working with our fighters because they got fighters as well over on Pro Bellum. So they just trying to link together and try to make the big fights happen and put as much good fights out there for the people that they could. And Pro Bellum is on the rise, bro. Pro Bellum is on the rise. So if y'all can go follow Pro Bellum on Instagram, y'all will see what I mean. They got big names over there. You know what I mean? So where they even tell the big names, cause y'all don't even have to leave y'all promotional company. You know, some people be like, well, that's their promotional company. We can't deal with them. Just tell your promoter to come over here and work with us, and we'll work with you. So they trying to, bring something new to the business to try to make the promoters work together and not, differentiate apart from each other. So it's something fresh that's coming in, man. And Richard Schaefer, like I say, people don't know about him, but he got a lot of pull in the game, bro. He got a lot of pull in the game, and he just coming to show people that he here to stay.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this, right? It can't get no worse than what it is now. You feel me? So I
Facts.
mean, as far as these politics and boxing, how they is now, it can't get no worse. So I mean, it's either gonna stay the same or it's gonna go up. That's the good thing. It can't get no worse. That's how I feel about the situation. And Richard Schaefer, man, when Richard Schaefer was that head guy that was running shit, hey, Richard Schaefer was putting on the best fights. He was. Richard Schaefer was putting on the best fights. So, it could be a real good thing. Now, like I said, a lot of people don't mess with Lou DiBella. A lot of people got their feelings when it comes to Lou DiBella. But like I said, Richard Schaefer, on the other hand, I ain't really heard too many people say nothing too bad about Richard Schaefer.
Bro, you ain't gonna find no fighter to speak ill will on his name. Only person gonna talk shit about Richard Schaefer is Oscar De La Hoya.
Right.
That's it. For us, the fighters love that man. He's just a fighter's promoter, bro. He's just a fighter's promoter to where he's not there one of these scandalous ass dudes. He'll work with you. You don't have to sign to no long ass contract with him and none of that shit. And that's why he doing what he's doing. You see, he revamped careers. He was in on that Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence. Got Nonito being a new world champion now. Got John Bones Jones, so he up on the UFC side. So he just know the business, bro. He a smart, shrewd businessman, bro. And he making it happen for fighters.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, yeah, like I said, a lot of people going, start criticizing right off the rip. But like I said, can it get any worse than what it what it is now? So yeah, man. Let me get through some of the people in the chat that I might have missed. Uh, I There she is, the Queen Cassandra Mason is in the building. Yeah. Who else we got? Manny in the building. Um, Justo. Let me see. Cheese All Out Fitness. Let me see. T Hunt. Let me see who else. And I'm just getting the people I missed. The Queen Shady Girl 85 is in the building. My man G5 Gabe, what's happening with it, G? What's happening with it, Gabe? He say, salute, bro. He said, Keon in the chat, appreciate your grind, man. We appreciate you. And y'all go sub to G5 Gabe. Like I said, like I always tell you, the man a big speaker. And when you go to one of his lives, you're gonna leave out with some knowledge that you ain't had before you went in there. Real talk. Love him down, Gaither. What's happening with it? Let me see who else I didn't miss. Adonis K3. Dank Father, what's good? Mrs. Stelia Chen say, didn't they try to sue Al Heyman? Nah, not Richard Schaefer. Now, as far as Lou DiBella, like I'm not too high on Lou DiBella myself. So you know what I'm saying? I don't really like Lou DiBella myself like that, but Richard Schaefer, he's straightforward, man. Richard Schaefer do good business. My man John Page in the building. What's happening with it? What's good with it, Batman? Detroit, BC, what's happening with it? Clarence McClain, what it do? Todd Swindle in the building, what's happening with it? Jawan Ramos, what's happening with it? Jawan, let me see who else we got. Juan Garza, what's happening with it? Jay Miller, what's good with it? Yeah. So, speaking of Lou DiBella money, it's been a lot of reports lately, right? So we all know about this whole thing with Devin Haney and George Kambosos, and then they came out with the news and they said, nope, Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? That shit's off the table. Basically they finalizing something with Vasil Lomachenko. And then yesterday, bam, I'm on here and news came out saying that, oh, hold on, Devin Haney is the front runner again, right? Devin Haney is, they working on trying to finalize a deal with Kambosos and Devin Haney, right? So that's the news where they saying where everybody's at in that situation right now behind the scenes. Now, basically, what they were saying is that Lou DiBella, he don't mess with Eddie Hearn. Lou DiBella and Eddie Hearn, like he didn't want to do no business with Eddie Hearn. So with that being said, people felt like Lou DiBella was making every attempt to try to sabotage the fight because he didn't want to do no business with Eddie Hearn, right? So the network, they kind of seen that. And so what they saying now is the network basically is doing business directly with Lou DiBella. So Eddie, they basically said, okay, you don't want to do no business with Eddie Hearn. Okay, we're gonna move him out the way. But right here on the zone, the network, we want to fight. So we're gonna go ahead and do the business with you. You're gonna go straight to the source. You ain't gotta go through Eddie Hearn. So that's the rumor that's the news that's out now. So it looked like that Devin Haney, he got a whole lot of life all of a sudden again. It looked like Devin Haney looking like he the front runner. If this news is fact, if this is what's going on. I was listening to Blue, and Blue, he have a close relationship with the Haneys, and Blue was saying, yeah, that's what's going on. So they trying to work on getting a two-fight deal done with Devin Haney and George Kambosos, because of course he gonna want his rematch, if he mess around and lose, and that's George Kambosos. So, man, with that being said, I don't think you was too familiar with that money, but what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, looking at the situation overall, bro. I was thinking about that too. The two fight deal, like, is it only in George Kambosos' favor? You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney lose, I don't think he get another fight. I wonder if they just trying to do that to put in George Kambosos' favor. But yeah, man, like I know about the beef with Lou DiBella and Eddie Hearn. Lou DiBella already came out at first when the zone first hit the market. He went to a fan of the shit. So he talked about the zone, he talked about this, he talked about that. But then somehow his ass had to work with Eddie Hearn, and he had to start an E zone over that way. Not saying he wanted to, but that's what the dollars was leading to. So him and Eddie got their situation with Bill Haney and Devin Haney going behind. I ain't gonna say going behind Eddie back, but going straight to the zone. It kind of seemed like they're going behind Eddie back. You know what I'm saying? So how would that shit play out?
I don't know if I'm not sure if that's what happened. I think from what I'm hearing, like I said, I don't know. I'm not behind the scene working with them people, but from what I took from the situation is it was the network, the zone, right, that basically took wind of it, and they realized that Lou DiBella have a problem with Eddie Hearn, so they realized that they needed to, you dig what I'm saying, that they needed to come in, right? That they need to remove Eddie Hearn from the situation because they want that fight, so they need to come in and try to get the deal done.
So they're saying it's the networks that's damn. So that's big time shit right there. If that's the case, right? Allegedly, if that's the case, if the network,
like I said, this is all speculation, and let me clear, this is all just, and like I said, because let me clear this up first of all, because I know how messy some of y'all be, and he don't believe blue blood, and you know how they do. So no, I'm saying I know that blue blood, he has a personal relationship with them. So, I'm going off of what I took from what I heard from what Blue Blood was saying. So, like I said, if you going Blue, like I said, everybody know that Blue Blood, he has a personal relationship with the Haney. So yeah. And then not only did Blue come out with the news, the old media came out with that news also. So that's what it's looking like. But and I'm gonna give it right back to you. Let me get through some of these people in here that I missed. Let me see. What's happening with it, Tay? Tay said, yo, money, I gotta start some shit with you, bruh. What's happening with it, Tay?
What's going down, Tay?
Let me see. Jay West he say salute to my St. Louis brother. He say Jay West. My man Pac-Man Tay he said, Keon, I've been saying this though, bro. Man, I try to catch everything, but I can't catch everything. Like I said, hey, the news was dropped in the chat yesterday while I was doing my show. I forgot who came in here and said that, right? But like I said I wasn't gonna really speak on it, until I got more, till I was able to read about it more myself. You feel me? Because like I said, man, we all know how boxing is, money. You get breaking news and it's confirmed, and then the next day it be some whole other shit. Just like with the Canelo situation, bro. It's like, it's confirmed that Canelo is fighting Charlo, and the deal is signed. Motherfuckers coming out with news saying that shit. And then the next day is, the deal fell out with Canelo and Charlo 2 weeks ago, and it's already basically a done deal that he finna fight Bivol and Triple G, right? Then that's the news for a couple days. And then Canelo come out and say, nah, that's a lie. I ain't done negotiating with neither one of the sides. So, man, that's just how boxing is, bro. Everybody always got a fucking source. So, Pac-Man said, them damn networks be messing up the game too. Yeah, I mean, boxing is just messed up all around. That's just what it is. And y'all hit my like button because there's a whole lot of people in the building that ain't hit the like button. And like I said, we gonna cook today. So hit the like button. Hit the like button. Yeah, so y'all hit the like button. My man Outside the Box Media, what's happening with it? What's good with it? Boxing matchups with Dwayne Freeman in the building. What's happening with it, Dwayne? What's good? So, Money, you go ahead and cook on that some more.
Yeah. Shit. So if that's what's the case with the network going behind the shit, so that means Eddie ain't doing a good enough job. So I don't know how they gonna look at that situation. Like you say, all that shit is allegedly. Not saying the network is doing this. Not saying that Devin got the fight and shit like that. But it's just gonna be strange to me if that happened. If that take place, the network stepped in themselves and say, "No, we want George Kambosos and Devin Haney on the platform. So we got to do what we got to do for the situation." So still, what I say is an override Eddie Hernandez. It's like, Eddie, you fucking this up and fucking it up. It's Lou DiBella saying some things. Okay, we'll work with y'all if he out the way. You know what I'm saying? So we're just trying to see how that shit play out. But to me, right, like I say with Bob Arum, bro, Bob Arum still probably, because he's a slick motherfucker. So people be saying Devin's in the front running and this, that's in the third, bro. Bob Arum and Lou DiBella got a good relationship as well. And like I say, you don't know how many favors Lou DiBella owe Bob Arum, man. You know what I'm saying? It's be motherfuckers, old motherfuckers out here. You feel me? So we'll just have to see how that play out. You know what I mean? I look at the situation as I think Devin Haney deserved that fight. I think we all think that Devin Haney deserved the fight. Him going through the shit he went through. Then George Kambosos saying the shit that he was saying. Oh, Devin, get ready. I'm going to take the belts. I'm coming for you, this, that, and the third. Right? So we'll see how it play out, man. It always come down to the money. It'll come down to the Australia shit. Are they going to Australia to get the fight? So it's a lot of things that plays big factors in that fight happening. So, one thing we do know though, Devin and Bill, they got a joint promotion with Eddie Hearn, so they got the power to say, you know what, Eddie, we feel like you're not, doing enough job to make this shit happen. So we gonna try to talk to the networks ourselves and try to see what we can do with that shit. Hold on, Lou, before you make your final decision, and let's see if the networks will come on board and do this shit. You know what I mean? Because Bill, that type of nigga. Bill, like the type of nigga that just sit back and just let his son lose. Like, fuck that shit. I'm gonna see if I can holler at the networks, the power that be, shoot their ass an email or text and tell them, we need y'all to step in and see if y'all can make it happen. They say they're willing to do this and do that if Eddie's not involved or some shit like that. So you never know how that shit play out behind the scenes, bro. It's a tricky business, but we know dollars make sense, and the zone want to recuperate, some of the money that they've been losing. So it's a big time fight if you can make it happen. Undisputed, Devin Haney and George Kambosos, whether it's on the zone or, as long as they hands in the mix. So we'll see how that shit play out. But, Eddie Hearn still the man that's in the middle to me. you know what I mean, for us undermining or stepping over. You feel me? So we'll see how that shit play out.
Yeah, and that's a good point that you brought up, Money, when you said that, how Bill and Devin, they got kind of like a joint promotion thing. So they can actually go to the network, if needed and holler at the network. So that might have happened. Like you're saying, that might have happened. They might have, because like I said, man, you can't believe everything that Eddie Hearn's saying. And I've been saying this shit on past shows, right? Eddie Hearn will get in front of the camera and he'll tell you one thing, but what is he really doing behind the scenes? How hard is he really pushing behind the scenes? Because y'all can't forget when Eddie, and I always bring this up, Money, and you'll probably remember too, when this happened, when Eddie kept, I forget, it was Devin Haney before. With the Teofimo Lopez situation, right? When Eddie kept acting like that, he was pushing for the Teofimo Lopez and pushing for it. And then Bob Arum do an interview on Barbershop Conversations, and Fred brought it up to Bob Arum, and Bob Arum was like, huh? Yeah, I talk to Eddie every day. But Eddie ain't never once brought up Devin Haney to me.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to him every day, and we talk about, we talk about the Joshua and Fury. We talk about other fighters, but we've never spoke to each other about Devin Haney. He's never brought up Devin Haney. But you get Eddie Hearn. He was all out in the media acting like that he was pushing for the fight and he was trying to make it happen. And you hear Bob Arum, and Bob ain't gonna just tell no flat out lie like that. You know what I'm saying? Bob was like, man, we talk all the time, but not about Devin Haney. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, make a lot of sense. And y'all hit the like button. Stephen Reeves, appreciate you. Yeah, y'all hit the like button. If you in the building, hit the like button. It don't take you no time and it don't cost you none to hit the like button. Now, I want to go this route now, right? Because say Devin Haney do get this fight. Now, we know the fight is supposed to be in Australia. You feel me? The fight's supposed to be in Australia. Now, you're looking at the fight and you say, okay, Devin Haney might need a knockout to win this fight. You feel me? You're looking at the fight, you're like, Devin Haney probably might need a knockout to win this fight. Devin Haney, he can box his ass off, got all the skills in the world, but he ain't got the knockout power like that. Let's just keep it real. I don't really see Devin Haney stopping George Kambosos. And on top of that, we're not just going to act like George Kambosos is some Rudy Poo. He can fight. You know what I'm saying? George Kambosos can fight. And the reason I'm saying that is because either you're going to need a knockout or you're going to need to be able to dominate George Kambosos to where you're going to have to win so clearly that they can't steal the fight from you. And I'm talking about 10 rounds to 2. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. A shutout. And you're going to have to win these rounds to where you can't have close rounds. Yeah, it was a close round, but Devin Haney won, but it was a close round. Because that might not give you a victory over there in Australia. You feel me? So if we seeing rounds that it's like, okay, if the round was competitive, yeah, I give the round to Devin Haney, but it was a competitive round. Are they gonna get that round to Devin Haney over there in Australia? You see what I'm saying? Those 4 belts undisputed in another man's country mean the world to that country. So with that being said, I know when we was talking about this shit, a lot of us was chalking this fight up. It's just, oh yeah, Devin Haney got that. If he gets the fight, he gonna win. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney got this. A lot of us acting like this fight is just, if Devin Haney, all he needs to do is just get the fight. And he gonna be leaving with those 4 belts. But when you think about this shit deeper, that may not be the case. And Unless you see Devin Haney able to dominate George Kambosos to where the rounds ain't even close, or you see Devin Haney being able to stop George Kambosos, and I think that pretty much all of us agree, most people agree that I don't see that happening. Now this makes for a very interesting fight if it's made, right? This should make it real interesting. Let me get through. Let me see who up in here, and I'm gonna pass it to you. And I want to know what you feel about that. Money. Let me see. Let me see who else. Leon Robinson, what's happening with it? Boxing, what's happening with it? Mumble mentality, what's good with it? Let me see who else we got. Mark Wonderlick in the building, what's happening with it? KQKC Boxing Network, the OG is in the building. What it do, KQ? We got who else we got? That I missed. That I let me see. Let me see if I missed anybody. Kenlin says, Kenlin Jones says, is Dev gonna be able to have a rematch in the US if he wins, or do both have to be over there? So this is probably where they're gonna have some problems negotiating, right? Because we can see how George Kambosos is moving already. You dig what I'm saying? He think he just, above everybody now. So I'm pretty sure that George Kambosos, they're gonna want to try to get the rematch over in Australia as well, right? And then Devin Haney on his side, I'm pretty sure he like, if we win, nah, you ain't getting no second fight in Australia. If we win, we get to fight in the US for the rematch. So I think that's where they're gonna have some problem in when it comes down to negotiations, right? Because at the end of the day, they want to fight Vasyl Lomachenko more than they do Devin Haney in the first place. We can see that. Just like Money said, Lou DiBella, he got a better relationship with Bob Arum anyway. And we don't know what type of favors he owed Bob Arum. So that's first off. So I think, so when we, we can't jump the gun and act like this shit is just going to be finalized, because it's still going to be a lot to work out. And that's a good question. You know what I'm saying? Where the rematch going to be at? Is that going to cause problems to where they're not going to be able to come to agreement? Because if I'm Devin Haney, I got a problem with that. I'm not finna just, we bound down to everything you asked for. But when it comes to a rematch clause, after going over here once, and if I beat you, nah, bro, nah. We can't, and I got all the belts. We can't have a rematch in your country again. You ain't finna play me like that. You feel me? So, yeah, that's something to really think about. And Juan Garza in the super chat, I appreciate you for coming through, man, dropping the super chat and showing love and supporting the channel. He says, I got Devin Haney beating all of them. He says, problem is he's not a ticket seller, and everyone is going to use that as an excuse not to fight him. Plus, he doesn't have power. Shout out Money, always speaking facts. Appreciate you coming through, man.
Juan Garza, what's going down, my brother? How you feeling, child?
Yes, sir. So I know I said a lot, Money, but
I heard it all.
What you got on that, man?
I look at it like this, bro. You know me, I never get caught up in do you need a knockout to win the fight? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they won't play a part at the end of the outcome of the fight, things of that nature. Because when we say those type of things, it make people go in saying, oh, well, they go cheat him in the first place. We don't know what's gonna happen. You feel me? And Devin can't go in there with that on his mind, because when we start thinking of shit like that, you don't fight to your game plan. You go in there, you start doing silly, stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel like you got to do that shit. Not saying he go out there and not fight his game plan, but when you start worrying about, oh man, can I get a first shake over here and over there? It takes away from the fight, in my opinion. You know what I mean? People going to the fight, oh man, shit, they go rob Devin and this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So if it's a close fight and the fight go towards George Kambosos or they robbed him, man, he in the UK. I mean, he over in Australia, shit like that. No, it's probably just the shit went his way. So not saying that shit can't happen because we know it's a possibility, but I never really look at that shit because it take away from the fight. And fighters should, you know what I'm saying, focus on that because you got a game plan you put down, and we know Devin Haney game plan. Go out there, go try to outbox your ass somewhere down the stretch. He do gasses a little bit to where it kind of forces him to sit down and fight you. You know what I mean? But somebody like George Kambosos, his style, you know, he gonna try to make your ass fight anyway. You know what I mean? That's what I got out of the Teofimo Lopez fight. But you know, what they try to pull that on him over in Australia, where people feel like, oh man, they robbed Manny Pacquiao. They robbed when you look at that fight, it was close. You know what I'm saying? I thought Pacquiao won the fight. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna say it was a robbery because they edged that bitch towards the boy, what's his name, Key? Who beat Pacquiao over there in Australia.
Jeff Horn.
Jeff Horn. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Horn got the nine. So I'm not gonna say that it was a robbery. I thought it was a bad call because I did think Manny Pacquiao won the fight. So just looking at that situation, I just think everybody just thought, oh man, you know what? He going over there, man. If he don't knock him out, we know Devin Haney don't really got knockout power like that. So if he go over there and get out of character, trying to throw big shots early on, knowing his fight game is the box, you know what I mean? It can kind of fuck with a fight ahead. But overall, man, I look at it like this: we wanted if the fight happened with Devin Haney, we going into a big time undisputed championship bout. You know what I mean? Only thing you can say is make sure they got the judges that they know about, the zone and Eddie Hearn and Devin Haney, like they've been in the game long enough to know what's going on over there and shit. So make sure that the judge is on the even playing field, even though that shit is still out of your hands, out of your control, right? But we know what we're looking at inside the square circle. Even if you get the nod, you don't get the nod. It's fucked up if you don't get the nod because you should have won. And then sometimes it can do damage depending on how a fighter react afterwards. But if we're looking at the fight and we see Devin clearly beating the shit out of George Kambosos and it go toward George Kambosos, then we all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? We all know what it is. But in the main scheme of things, we look at it as it's a big ass fight that we finna get. Devin Haney finally get his opportunity to fight for undisputed. George Kambosos fighting another big time fighter back to back. He just beat Teofimo. Now he about to fight Devin Haney. He deserves all the credit that he deserves because motherfuckers are, oh, I ain't fighting them. I'm gonna go milk for the titles. But he's stepping up to the plate, giving us what we want. So, you know, you applaud both of them, and you can just say, hopefully the judges get it right. So, you know, I never look at it as if could you get a first shake over there, over here, even though it's in a game. All you can do is just watch that shit as a big time fight. Hope they get the shit right and hope for a good ass fight. But I got faith that the judges get that fight right. You know what I'm
saying? I feel what you're saying, and you got some great points you brought. But man, I've been watching these, you know what I'm saying, even over in the UK, I've been watching a lot of their cars, bro, and some of that shit that they be doing is ridiculous. Now, they do it in the US too. So we ain't gonna just act like that they don't do it in the US, because they do. But some of that shit be ridiculous, bro. And now you going to a whole nother country to where they not used to having champions like that in Australia. You feel what I'm saying? That's like that's a holiday to them. You know what I'm saying? That's the Olympics to them to get a undisputed champion. So I know what you're saying, that Devin, if he gets the fight, he can't go over there with that in his head. He just got to fight his fight. Right. I feel that. But as far as, everything else surrounding it,
but they got to make sure they know all this, no fucking, like if they sit up there and let motherfuckers be Australian judge, then we know some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, it don't even necessarily got to be that. The judges got to fly over to Australia. I mean, it's a lot of dirty shit that go on in boxing. And me, real talk, like I said, if Devin Haney, if he doesn't dominate, this is just my personal feeling. If he's winning the rounds, but they competitive rounds and they close, I don't see him being able to get a victory. I don't. Not over there. So he gonna have to dominate. Like I said, I'm not saying he got to knock him out. You know what I'm saying? Right, but right. He has to dominate the rounds like he did with Jorge Linares. That's how he has to put on a Jorge Linares performance, in my eyes, to come out You know what I'm saying? With a victory over there in Australia.
So they're saying if the round closed, would he get a first shake? Like, would they try to sway all the close rounds to George Kambosos' ass? Would they give Devin as one of them close
And,
rounds?
and, and not even close if they competitive. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Right.
like, okay, yeah, Devin Haney won, but it was a pretty competitive round.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Right.
I don't see him being able to get a decision like that. And now that's why I ask myself is okay, because a lot of people kind of shit on George Kambosos and act like that he ain't shit. Well,
Uh-huh.
George Kambosos can box. You know what I'm saying? Now, say if they fighting in America, right? I
Uh-huh.
look at George Kambosos and Devin Haney fight as a competitive fight that Devin Haney wins. You know what I'm saying? I look at that fight as a fight that Devin Haney win, probably like 8-4 or something like that. Because George Kambosos, he ain't just no punk. He can fight. He can box. You know what I'm saying? And then when you look at the style of George Kambosos and the style of Devin Haney, he good enough to win some rounds. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
That's how I feel. I feel that he's good enough to win some rounds against Devin Haney. So when you look at it like that, this is a tough fight. Not no easy fight for Devin Haney because of where he's having to fight at. You dig what I'm saying? It's not an easy fight for Devin Haney just because of where this fight is taking place at and what's on the line. George Kambosos, he gonna come in ready. One thing about George Kambosos, if you don't know, he is a gym rat just like Devin Haney. He's always in the gym. He always working out. He stay in shape. He live a fighter's lifestyle. And so that means something. That means something. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a lot of factors to look at when it comes to this fight. It's a lot. It's a lot to look into. My man Smooth Groove says Devin has to know he has to basically watch him if they have all Australian judges. Yeah, I mean, and I agree with what Money is saying at the same token. It's like Devin can't go in there with that on his mind, because if you go in there with that shit on your mind, right now, you might change the way you fight. You feel me? These fighters is only human. My man Abdul Anwar, he says, you're right. If Haney doesn't dominate, he will get sweet. He'll get sweet pea. He says, I'm referring to Pernell Whitaker first loss to Jose Luis Ramirez in France. Yeah, man. See, a lot of people don't know about that. A lot of fight fans don't even know about that one. And I seen my and salute to you, Abdul. And I seen my man's Batman. Batman says George can't fight Devin, not just gonna go. He says George can okay. He says George can fight Devin, not just gonna go in there and dominate him. He says George can fight Devin, not just gonna go in there and dominate George. What you think, man? How you see that fight? You think how you break down that fight? I mean, what you think?
Yeah, I do agree with that, bro. George, like I say, man, I thought Teofimo Lopez, like from when I seen from George Kambosos and the Mickey Bay fight, then looking at the fight Lee Selby, I thought Lee Selby edged the fight. I really thought Teofimo was gonna go in there, ice his ass out, and knock his ass out, right? But I will say this: Teofimo fought George Kambosos, and it gave George a lot of opportunities to hit his ass. You know what I mean? He
Right.
stood right there with him and shit like that, and he showed that he got heart and that he can fight. But when I look at Devin's style, I don't want to call Devin a front runner for us, starting off hot and then slowing down. But he do kind of start off hot and he slow down in the end. You know what I'm saying? So it comes down to Devin and his stamina and his game plan. But George Kambosos ain't just gonna be there and just let you outbox him and not try to get to your ass and rough you up. Especially if you ain't cracking like that. I'm not saying Devin can't hit you and get a little respect, but Devin not cracking like that, bro, to make you be a little hesitant. And even Teofimo Lopez cracked the shit out of George Kambosos in the 10th round when he dropped him. And I thought the tape, I mean, the tides turn, and T.O.'s gonna take over the 10th and 11 and the 12th. But George Kambosos got right back up and took it to his ass in 11 and the 12th. You know what I'm saying? And I know they different type of fighters, but you know, if George hit Devin ass on the chin, how do he react? You know what I'm saying? Because we're saying that he can get rocked. If George hit his ass on the chin, how do he react? 'Cause I do think George go hit him. You know what I mean? I know people look at Devin, they want to
I
talk about the
don't look at
defense.
George and have. I don't look at George
Well,
as having power like that though. But go
no,
ahead.
no, no. Not like, but he had enough power to fuck T.O. up and build his face like that. So I'm not saying he got the power to just knock your ass out with one punch. But we seen Devin Haney, you know, legs get noodled. So if George catches his ass on the chin with a good shot, because he's going to have to sit down and fight, evidently. It's how do he react? And by George and Kambosos having that experience in that big time fight and facing that adversity, I feel like that's a plus on his side. You know what I mean? We got to see Devin Haney. It's like, even though he got hit from Linares, George Kambosos go continue to bring it to your ass. Linares, they continue to bring it to him. George Kambosos go continue to bring it to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I favor Devin to win the fight. I do. I favor him to win the fight. I think his boxing skills will take over early, but like I say, late in the fight, he started sitting down and he started getting a little lackadaisy to where this fight got to be on this shit all the way through because it's for all the marbles. It's a high stake fight. George gonna train his ass off, right? And you know it's gonna be one of them type of fights where it's gonna be a hell of a fight. It's gonna be a very competitive, hell of a fight, bro. But it's come down to could Devin do the shit that he do in the first half and the second half? You know what I mean? And George Kambosos gonna have to keep the pressure on. And I don't think Devin cracked like that to keep George off his ass. You know, so he gonna have to try to keep the pressure on, and that conditioning gonna have to be on point, bro. But it's gonna be a hell of a fight. That crowd gonna be crazy if it's in Australia, right? It's a different type of pressure over in a different country. You know, could Devin handle that shit when they get the booing his ass and George Kambosos hitting his ass? They going crazy for him. Do you think you down? It's gonna be a lot of shit that's go. A lot of questions that Devin Haney can answer in that big time fight in that environment and that experience. But overall, it's a hell of a fight that I do got Devin winning. But George damn sure got his opportunity to win that fight too, though. I ain't just go say Devin going there and blow his ass out. I'm gonna give him his respect that he got his opportunity to win. But I do favor Devin in the fight, though.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much agree with what you said. You know, but the only thing is that I don't think like George. To me, I think he kind of caught T.O. You know what I'm saying? T.O. was just being wild, bro. So he caught T.O. kind of off guard. I didn't see. I went back and I watched a lot of George Kambosos' fights. And his power don't stand out to me. Like he ain't got power like that. So I think this gonna be a fight to where neither one of them got power like that. But Devin Haney got the much better boxing skills. But George Kambosos, to me, he a lot more gritty. You know what I'm saying? He might have more dog in him. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna keep coming. He gonna dig down. We seen it versus Teofimo Lopez. He gonna dig down. So I think that he can do enough to where he gonna make some of these rounds competitive. You know what I'm saying? He gonna win some of these rounds. And it's just over in Australia, like I said, that's a red flag to me. That's a red flag to me because I feel that all he have to do is make enough of the rounds competitive, not even win them. Just make enough of the rounds competitive to get a win over there in his home country. To where Devin Haney, on the other hand, he gonna have to dominate all the rounds. But you know, it's all speculation. We gotta see, man. We gotta see. But I think that Devin is the all-around better fighter. You know what I'm saying? Devin, the all-around better fighter. And I wouldn't really be too worried about George Kambosos hitting, catching Devin Haney with all the shots that he did Teofimo Lopez because we saw how Teo fought. Devin Haney ain't going to fight like that. Devin Haney going to fight much more defensively responsible. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a lot harder for Kambosos to catch Devin Haney with big shots like he was catching Teofimo Lopez. That's how I feel about that situation. But anything else you got on that money?
No key, but I just think it's gonna be a hell of a fight, bro. And I want Devin to get it, bro, because I feel like he deserves it. You know what I mean? I feel like all the shit he's been through, bro, from Lomachenko to T.O., now to George Kambosos, I feel like he deserved the fight to see, if he can become undisputed world champion. So it's gonna be a hell of a fight. Both of them motherfuckers gonna fight, bro. Like I say, it's a fight where you got to bring everything. They both still undefeated. It just make for a good scenery, bro. I want the fight to happen, so I'm just praying the zone did do what you say, go behind that shit and try to make that bitch happen. So we'll see when it get put down. Know everybody gonna be pulling for Devin, but I'm giving George Kambosos the respect and that he deserved, bro. He made me respect his ass. I thought T.O. just go blast his ass. So we'll see when that bitch get put in play, if it get put in play.
My man W right side, he says Kambosos isn't better than Linares or JoJo, and Haney beat them both. Now I gotta disagree with you. My man W right side. I gotta disagree when you say, especially when you say that Kambosos ain't better than Linares. Linares at that point, Linares, bro. Linares, we that's not Devin Haney didn't fight the Linares that was in his prime.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He fought an older Linares. Linares is not the same fighter. Linares just got knocked out by Abdullaev this weekend. He just got knocked out by Abdullaev this weekend. And that's one fight. In his last fight before that, Linares' last fight before that was Devin Haney. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's not forget, Linares is older now. He's not the same fighter. 2 fights before Devin Haney, Linares had got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So we not gonna sit here. I can't sit here and say that George Kambosos is not as good as fighter. That Linares is better than George Kambosos at this point in his career when Devin Haney fought him. Nah, I don't believe that. I think that Linares. I think that Kambosos at this point is a better fighter than Linares. Now, Joseph Diaz is a toss-up. I can't say that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Right now, with Joseph Diaz, like I said, it's a toss-up. Because Joseph Diaz is a hell of a fighter, but certain styles make fights. And I think that Diaz's style was all wrong for Devin Haney. His style was all wrong for Devin Haney. And Devin Haney put on a hell of a display against Diaz. But he had some problems, down the stretch in that fight. Diaz was giving him some problems down the stretch in that fight. But Devin Haney won clearly. That's for sure. Let me see. My man W right side says, did you see Linares this weekend against Abdullaev? He looked great until he got caught. No. I watched that whole fight until ESPN cut it off. You know what I'm saying? But I watched the whole fight until it got cut off. I saw Linares look great from probably like the 1st to the 7th round, like the 1st to the 7th round. And then Abdullaev started coming on, and Abdullaev started basically beating the shit out of Linares. He started hitting Linares with big shots. And this is a fact because I think it was like the 9th round. I'm watching the fight, right? And I said, Linares is going to get knocked out. I said, I guarantee Linares is going to get knocked out. I said, because Linares is getting caught with big shots. I said, Linares is getting caught with big shots. And I said, he's going to get knocked out because his chin ain't going to be able to hold up. And that's exactly what happened. He got knocked out. So you can't say that he was looking great until the knockout. No, he was looking great up until about the 7th round. And then Abdullaev started taking over. World Combat, what's happening with it, Scotty? Scotty White in the building. What's good with it? Abdul Anwar says Abdullaev walked him down and beat the shit out of Linares. That's a fact. The second half of the fight, Abdullaev was beating the shit out of Linares. So that's why you have 12 rounds. That's why you have 12 whole rounds. W right side says I agree 1 through 7, not the entire fight. He started looking old later in the fight. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. W right side, later in the fight. later in the fight, Sheena says, there's a member in the chat without a wrench. Let me fix that. Let me fix that right now. Let me go and fix that, Sheena. And thank you, Queen, for bringing that to my attention. You go ahead. I don't know. Did you watch that fight with Linares this weekend, Money?
Nah, I've listened to the OG call that bitch.
Yeah.
I've listened to the OG call that bitch, and that's not how I woke up. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that fight came on that early though. So I've listened to KQKC call it, and let's listen to him. Then I think he ended up cutting out, but then I ended up finding. I caught him when he got his ass knocked out. So I ain't go back and watch it, but I seen him get stopped.
Yeah. And Sheena, we got my man hooked up. We got my man Lee Stevens. We got him hooked up. He good now. Oh man, he didn't even know what the wrench is. Explain to him what a wrench is, Money. You in the building, Money? Yes, he ain't. He on mute. Money, you on mute. Let me say, my man Miracle T-Babe, he says, greetings, King. Flint, Michigan in the house. Question, do you think mafia promoters are holding up paying money for real fights? Man, I don't know. It's a lot of things. And salute to Flint, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? My second home. Man, bro, I really don't know. It's so much of shit going on behind the scenes in boxing. You will never know. Real talk. But yeah, and one. Haney did beat Abdullah. Haney beat Abdullah. So basically, you had two fighters in the ring that Haney already had beat. But that doesn't say nothing about George Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to make the comparison, but you can't make that comparison because it wasn't George Kambosos.
Right. That was my little cousin step thing. Keep my bad, bro. I didn't want them to come through the stream.
Oh, okay. Nah, I was just saying, my man Lee Stevens wanted to know what a wrench was.
Oh shit. When you get it, you'll find out, Lee.
Yeah. You know, basically, if Trolls is in the chat, you dig what I'm saying? If Trolls is in the chat, spamming or with some silly shit, you can put them on, you know what I'm saying? Go sit their ass in time out and shit.
Yeah, that wrench stamp, that means part of the family.
Also, if say if you got a channel or something, a wrench will let you be able to put a link in the chat so people can go join your channel and different things like that. But so at the end of the day, this fight is not gonna come down to punching power. You feel me? I mean, it ain't gonna come down to punching power. It's gonna come down to basically the skill set and who wanted more and dog. That's what it's gonna come down to.
Mm-hmm.
I think then one of these dudes got Mike Tyson punching power. You feel me?
It's gonna come down to the endurance, though.
He did.
And like you said, Key, the rounds, bro, because the rounds gonna be competitive. I feel like, and just gonna come down who they favor in that round, bro. Do Devin Haney go out there and box this man, or do this man Kambosos land a few big shots, right? And do you favor Kambosos? Do you favor Devin Haney boxing over the couple of big shots that was landed? That's probably what it come down to, right? Because we know he ain't gonna outbox no Devin Haney. That's for damn sure. He ain't gonna outbox him, but he might land a few big shots in that bitch because Devin go, sit there at times. But will it come down to Devin boxing or the few big shots that he landed? Now, like you say, remember we are in Australia, and them oohs and ahs sometimes do sway the judges. So, we'll see how that shit play out.
Right. And my man Craig Watts, salute. And yeah, man, like my man Craig Watts said, y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? I know people forget sometimes. That's why we always remind y'all to hit the like button. Clarence McLean, I see you in the building. Willington Harvey, what's happening with it? Salute. Hit the like button. Now, move on. Let's move on, dog. Let's move on, Money. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. Where we want to go? Do we want to go talk about the Tank Davis Floyd situation, Floyd Mayweather, or we're gonna talk about that first, and then we're gonna get into the Errol Spence shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, but let me read my man W Right Side. Let me read his super chat. And I appreciate you, W Right Side, for coming through, dropping the super chat support. He says, "What's your thoughts on Mickey Bay losing a split decision to Kambosos and also being Haney's trainer? Advantage Haney." Um, I mean, you still got to get in the ring and fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? You still got to get in the ring and fight. Yeah, Mickey can give him some tips, but fighters, they study tape. They study tape also. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really take too much into that. Really, just being honest with you, I don't really take too much into that because a lot of the same things that Mickey Bay can tell Devin Haney, right? Devin Haney, and when they do film study, they can find out the same thing by doing film study. So I don't know. I really, at the end of the day, he still got to get in there and fight. But like I said, I definitely got Devin Haney as being the better fighter. I got Devin Haney winning the fight. It ain't gonna be easy to win over there.
And then I don't think it's the same George Kambosos that fought Mickey Bay that's gonna be fighting Devin Haney.
Yeah,
I think the man got a little bit better since that time, and right now. So, Devin Haney got his style. Mickey Bay got his style. They both boxers and things of that nature. But like he said, you just gotta get in there and figure it out, man. Devin Haney will figure it out. That's how I feel like he'll figure it out.
right, because people gotta understand when you a gym rat and you always in the gym, that mean a lot. That mean a lot. That means that you continue to work on your craft so you give yourself the ability to continue to get better. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know how much better he is, but I'm pretty sure that he's better now than he was then. But and Mickey Bay, like, don't get it twisted. Mickey Bay can fight. Like, Mickey Bay can fight his ass off. Ain't nobody never ran through Mickey Bay. You know what I'm saying? Mickey Bay can fight his ass off.
Thanks.
Hey, what's happening with it? Coach say, I got Dev over everybody. My man, Emmanuel H, A1 Hoop Zone in the building. He says he going, and listen to this, y'all. Listen, because y'all don't want to miss this. He said he going live today at 4:30 Central, talking the greatest time. He says talking he says my bad. He's talking GOAT, greatest of all time. Great. He says Goop, the greatest of our time. My bad. I messed that all up. He going live at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, talking Goop, greatest of our time, versus the GOAT, LeBron James versus Michael Jordan, not leaving out Black Mamba either. Salute, Kings. Yes, sir. Make sure that y'all go sub to A1 Hoop Zone.
Shout out to my brother Emmanuel H. What's going down, Emmanuel, bro?
Let me see who else. Let me see. Now, let's go ahead and get into it, money. Let's go ahead and get into it, money. So, right? So, I put out a video yesterday, right? And in the video, because it's been, a lot of people say, why ain't, what I'm saying, Tank Davis getting these big fights? Is Floyd really trying to, get Tank Davis these big fights for his legacy, right? Tank Davis gets shitted on, by a lot of people for the fights that Mayweather Promotions is putting him, in, for the fights that how they carrying his career, right? And so we know how Floyd is, right? Floyd, and a lot of y'all get real sensitive when people talk about Floyd Mayweather, but it's a fact. Floyd Mayweather is real self-centered. You know what I'm saying? He do good shit for people. He do a lot of good for people. But Floyd, at the end of the day, Floyd is about Floyd. You feel me? Floyd is about himself. Over any and everything, Floyd is about himself. A lot of people have always feel like that Tank Davis is under Floyd, and Floyd always wants to keep Tank Davis under Floyd. Meaning, Floyd don't want to see Tank Davis or nobody else surpass what he did in his career. Now they tell you they got a blueprint. Well, we got the blueprint, right? They tell you, we got the blueprint for Tank, and Tank, now that we got the blueprint, we're gonna move Tank, and Tank don't even have a better career than Floyd did. Now you ain't never heard Floyd say that, but Leonard Ellerby will tell you that. So what I did in the video that I broke down is I played audio footage of something that Floyd said last year. This is less than a year ago, right? And I'm gonna just play it, and then we gonna talk about it, right? We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Hold on, let me get to the. Y'all give me a second while I pull it up. I gotta find it first. Hold on. Bear with me, y'all. I'm gonna find it. It's gonna come up. Here it is, right here. Okay. Hold on. Now, let's play it. Now I'm gonna play it, right? Now I'm gonna play the words that Floyd said. He didn't say Gervonta Tank Davis, and then we're gonna cook on that. Now, this is what Floyd had to say, right? And Floyd is talking about in everybody. Now, listen to what his words say, because I know a lot of y'all, y'all brains ain't big enough to comprehend shit. Hold on.
It would never be a fighter better than me, never. You can have a guy 78, no, okay. But what have he accomplished in those 78 fights? What did he do exactly? You got guys that got 200 fights, 300 fights, but just in 50 fights, I beat more world champions than any fighter. You tell me another fighter that beat 16 world champions straight. Just tell me, that's all I ask. You tell me another fighter that in just 2 fights made $650 million.
Hold on.
It would never be a fighter better than me, never. In the history of boxing, never. He could be 78 no. But what?
So what he say? He said in the history of boxing, he says never. It'll never be another fighter better than me. Now let's go back, right? Let's go back to Tank Davis. He said, oh well, he ain't say Tank Davis's name. He said it will never be another fighter better than me. Nobody, ever. He talking about Tank Davis too. Tank Davis is his fighter. If he wanted to exclude Tank Davis out of that, he would have been like, you know what? I got a young, my fighter, Tank Davis. We gonna get him there. But other than that, it ain't gonna be no fighter better than me. He could have easily said that. He said it, and then he repeated what he said. He said, no fighter ever, never. It'll never be no fighter better than me, ever. Now, with him saying something like that, how is Floyd, how are y'all telling me Floyd wants Gervonta Tank Davis to do better than him? Explain that to me. So for everybody that was talking slick under the comments on the video, I want one of y'all to grab the link. Let me know that you want to grab the link and get on here and explain to me how he wasn't talking about Tank Davis also. If Tank Davis is his fighter and he knows that he has a fighter named Tank Davis and everybody else that's on the TMT roster, but mainly Tank, because Tank is really the only fighter that he got that people, So how was he saying it'll never ever, no fighter will be as good as me or better than me, but he wasn't talking about Tank? I want one of y'all to come on here and make that shit make sense to me. He didn't say Tank's name. He wasn't talking about Tank. Make it make sense. Make that make sense. So how does a man that has that in his head, he thinks that, and he adamant about the shit because he repeated it several times. Yeah, you heard what I said. No fighter, never. How does a man that thinks so adamant like that think, okay, yeah, how is he going to say, or Leonard Ellerby going to say that, oh, we going to make his career better than what Floyd's career was? That sounds like a man to me that's going to make sure that you stay under him, right? And then he tells you, right, he went and told you, right, they have a blueprint for Tank, right? So when they talk about Tank, they'll say, it don't matter. Money is, you getting this money. It don't matter. All that matters is money, right? But when you heard him talk about his career, he says, name me another fighter that got 16 world champions that they didn't beat. Name me a world fighter that didn't beat all these big names. That's what Floyd Mayweather said. He said it doesn't matter if you 79-0, if you 80-0, whatever you may be. He said it matters who you beat. Who you beat. Now, the main thing with Tank, where he gets people complain about Tank, is because he ain't been in big fights with big names, right? The best. Floyd Mayweather is telling you, beating the best and beating champions, right, that have the big name, he's telling you that mean more than anything. It ain't your O. Did you hear him say that? He said it doesn't matter if you 79-0, 80-0. That don't matter. Name me another fighter that's beat the guys that I beat and beat more champions than I beat in my career. Now, for y'all that, you know what I'm saying, that like to get in comments and talk real slick, right? A lot of y'all talk real slick, right? In comments on YouTube and shit. Make it make sense to me. For the ones, oh, you capping. It had nothing to do with Gervonta Tank Davis. It had nothing to do with, it ain't Tank Davis. He ain't say, I don't give a fuck if he said Tank name or not. He was talking about Tank too. And whoever else. So, like I said, for y'all that like to get up under comments and talk real slick, well, I'm right here live right now. We live right now. So, let me know that you want to come on the show, and I'll bring you on camera and keep that same energy. But right now, go ahead, Money. What you think about that?
Man, I agree wholeheartedly, bro. Not only that, right? He always say, well, we want Tank to break my records, you know. Records are made to be broken. I want my fighter to break my records, but you're not putting him in there with a fighter to break the record. And Floyd knows exactly what goes on in boxing. He said it himself. When I fought Robert Goes Guerrero, we did okay numbers, but it wasn't the numbers we want. So I knew exactly who we needed to get to break those numbers with. So if Floyd know in a pay-per-view attraction, you know who to fight to break numbers with, and you're not putting Tank in there with fighters on pay-per-view, you know what I mean, to get that pushback like you say you want, then it's plain to see, man. It's plain to see. So and we all know Floyd has a step similar, like you said, kid. You ain't got to sugarcoat that shit. He don't want no fighter to be better than him, bro. He don't. He live and thrive off that shit. He don't want no fighter to be better than him, right? Now, ain't nothing wrong with being competitive like that, right? When you are a fighter, but when you out the game and you're a promoter, bro, everything changed. Everything about you should have changed, bro. You made all the money in the world. You are going to be the greatest fighter of all time. You know what I mean? There's no reason for you to talk this way and to try to keep the image up that you put up when you was a fighter. You don't have to do that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do none of that shit no more. If you say you really want these young fighters to be greater than you, you want them to be better than you, then you do the shit that shows that you want these young fighters to be better than you and greater than you. And that means giving good advice, right? That means being the ambassador of the sport. That means putting them in the right position to win. You know what I'm saying? Talking about them, not about your goddamn self every time you're in front of a damn camera, right? We all know what Floyd's gonna talk about his goddamn jet plane, his investments, his money, and everything he did in boxing. So when you do that type of shit, and you got a Tank right there, because he was talking about Gervonta Tank Davis, along with every goddamn body else. No matter if people want to,
Right, that's all I'm
that shit or
saying.
not.
He's talking about Tank along with everybody else.
Everybody else. Hell yeah, that's just how I go. It'll never be another fighter better than me ever. Never another fighter better than me. So he talking about every goddamn body that's a professional fighter, present, past, and the future. You feel me? Ever, never, ever, and never. That means never in this era, back then, or in the fucking future. Right? So when you're in a position, and who knows if he's doing it, not gonna say he can be doing it on purpose or by mistake or however he's doing this shit. You sit up there, you see Tank getting all the buzz in the world, right? You see him getting all the buzz in the world. Then when they went through their little dispute, Key, right? Remember they went through their little dispute, and just because he feel like this the fight to beat him, oh, I'm gonna put him in the ring with this fighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put him in the ring with this fighter. Or I'm gonna put him in, like, you know, it just shows the mentality of Floyd Money Mayweather, man. What he is and what he gonna always be. You know what I'm saying? He can never be I'm gonna keep it real. To me, he would never be a great promoter, bro. He would never be a great promoter. And I don't care what nobody say. I can say, well, he built Tank. Why he ain't building nobody else? I mean, if we keep it real, Tank really built his goddamn self. Floyd just seen something, right? And a kid, they got power, speed, and they can knock you the fuck out. You know what I mean? He put his little, here's his little reputation behind it. Don't get me wrong. You got Floyd Mayweather up there. You going out there, you knocking shit out. But Tank built his goddamn self, because you got to get into that ring and you got to win and knock motherfuckers out, right? So Tank could have been Tank under Al Heyman. Tank could have been Tank under Monty Brown and fucking Keon. You feel me? But it just comes down to if you're a promoter, man, if you really mean what you say you mean, and not caught up in your own shit, then you're going to go out there, you're going to show by your actions. His actions don't show that shit. It don't show it, bro. So we look at the situation, we look at Gervonta Tank Davis, and people still say we want to see him fight this fighter, that fighter, and this fighter. You know what I mean? It shows, bro. The money go come, right? The money go come. You going out there, you built yourself up. Tank had the little chick Ari, like he promoting himself for real with the fighters, the rappers. You know what I mean? All that shit comes by itself into the arena, bro. So when you just looking at Floyd Mayweather, bro, man, Richard Hitchison ain't finna be no goddamn superstar. I just seen somebody say Richard Hitchison, but he ain't finna be no star like that. But at the end of the day, bro, I agree with you, Keith. I agree with you. I feel like he means Gervonta Tank Davis as well. If Tank even looked like he go do some shit to overshadow him, he probably put a halt to that shit. You know what I'm saying? He probably put a halt to it.
Some of y'all retarded, bro. I for real. Y'all act like y'all don't see when Tank Davis is doing a press conference. As soon as Tank start talking and the cameras get on Tank, what does Floyd Mayweather do?
Wait, don't answer that, Tank. I'll answer that.
Yeah, he take over.
Well, we're not.
But y'all don't see that though.
We're not going to talk about other fighters, and we're going to do what we want to do on this side to get the money. Tank is still growing in the sport. He just had a hell of a knockout. We're not trying to get nobody else paid. But motherfucker, when it was you as a fighter, you wanted everybody else fighter. You see what I'm saying? You wanted all the Golden Boy fighters. But when it comes to Tank, we're going to keep the fights in-house, and we're going to get the money on this side, and in the future, if it's there, we'll do it. But we don't need nobody else. So that motherfucker, man, he know exactly what he's doing, bro. Grab that shit and get to talk about his goddamn self and take all the attention. He take everything away from Tank versus this fighter, that fighter, to I made smart investments. As y'all can see, I can get on my jet. I can go anywhere I want to go, anytime I want to be there.
And he turns the whole press
conference, the whole narrative, bro.
Himself. It'd be a Tank Davis press conference, and he'll turn the whole press conference about himself and what he did in his career. And motherfuckers beat and forgot Tank Davis is even fighting. Come on, man. But you telling me that's a man that want Tank to be above him? Come on, bro. Like, y'all funny, right? You know what I'm saying? The man told you straight out. It'll never be a fighter. Ever.
Adrian Broner said it a million times, but nobody listen to his ass.
Right. And so it's just like this, right? I'm gonna bring this example, right? If say I'm a kid, right? And say I'm a kid and I'm an athlete, and my pops was a professional athlete, and there's a kid coming up, right? I hear my pops saying, "Oh, it ain't never gonna be nobody as good as me, ever. It'll never be nobody as good as me, ever. Nobody." Now you can't convince me that my pops want me to be better than him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like some of y'all just, I don't know, bro. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? It's funny because these motherfuckers get so offensive when you say some trill shit about Floyd. It ain't hating on Floyd. These are the facts. This is shit that's right in front of your face that y'all should see yourself, right? But when you say some shit, these niggas get so sensitive about Floyd, and Floyd wouldn't even fucking spit on their ass if they was fucking in flames. He wouldn't. Shit crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Floyd wouldn't even spit on them if they was in flames.
Well, let me say this, key to the boxing archive. We say it's not about when I look at Richard Hitchison, bro. Yes, he okay. Errol Spence and Wilder made themselves, bro. They bet on themselves. Errol Spence bet on themselves. Wilder bet on themselves. They didn't have Floyd Mayweather. They have Al Heyman on their side, bro. I like the kid Richard Hitchison. I just don't see a superstar in Richard Hitchison. I don't. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong, but when I look at Richard Hitchison, I don't see enough of him. I don't see him. I don't see a superstar in Richard Hitchison, bro.
Yeah, Anthony Kinzer, salute for the super sticker, man. I appreciate you. And my man John Kramer said, you don't think that's just the competitive nature of Floyd? Well, I mean, it's how he feel, bro. That's how he feel. He look at Tank and he look at everybody else that's, you know, every fighter, right? He look at Tank and he look at, and the reason I said Tank is because the reason I used Tank and I didn't use just any other random fighter is because it pertains to Tank more than anybody. Tank is his number one fighter, right? Tank is the fighter that they say that they have a blueprint for, and they're gonna make his career even bigger than what Floyd Mayweather's career is, right? That's why I use Tank, because you don't hear them say that about nobody else. They say that about Tank Davis. So if you feel that way, right? If you feel that way, you're contradicting yourself.
Yeah, as a fighter, yes, I'm okay with him saying those things as a fighter, right? But when you out the fight game, and like Keon say, you heard talking about, oh, we got the blueprint to make these fighters better than me, and this, that, and the third. You run the fight away from you saying that shit. Y'all don't make a fighter come to you. Y'all don't give a fighter no damn confidence. How about, nah, I ain't gonna never be a fighter better than me ever. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at the situation, bro, it's a money game for Floyd, bro. It's a money game for him. Not saying he don't like Tank, he don't care for Tank, things of that nature, right? But when I just see the situation, man, that it's opportunities out there to Tank and fight. Like, y'all got Tank won the Lomachenko in 2020. Tank said the fight should have happened in 2020. We're in 2022. And Floyd still ain't trying to do business with nobody else. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I had to laugh at that comment. That dude, Skitty Too Litty, said the same reason Floyd don't want to be in the video game. He don't want nobody to beat him. Dude,
exactly, bro. That's a fact, bro.
Dude, crazy as hell, bro. Y'all petty as hell, man.
Then he gonna make his game Floyd Mayweather punch out like Mike Tyson. You got to go through everything else to get the Floyd Mayweather. He ain't gonna make sure you can't even play with him. You got to go through everything else to get the Floyd Mayweather, bro.
Y'all crazy as hell, bro. Man. Blue Blood Sports TV, my brother in the building. What's happening with it, Blue? And with that note, y'all hit my like button. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hit my like button.
What are we doing, people? What are we doing? What are we doing, people? How many people got here?
It's 206 people in the building, people.
in the
Why
building.
don't we have 705 likes, people? What are we doing, people?
What are we doing? This is
I mean, we got 210 people in the building. Get the likes up to 705 people. Why are my likes at 705 people?
This is ridiculous.
This is just ridiculous, people. I'll wait. Hey, nah, Blue, that's some real shit.
Hey, I want to say this
salute to my brother Blue.
I want to say it's a Blue too. Hey, Blue, I want to send my deepest condolences to you, man, about Kurt, man, right? Because I know you and Kurt had a relationship outside of this fucking boxing game. And, you know, Kurt will have a relationship with everybody in boxing, though. But I know y'all had a real type of bond, and I seen when you checked up on him plenty of times, bro. When you say you got to check up on his story, and when you knew that his situation wasn't going good, or things of that nature, and your update on this, man. So I want to send my deepest condolences out to you, bro, because I know that touched you in a brotherly way, like you lost a real brother. You lost a real brother, man, and we all lost a good man in Kurt Anderson, man, one of the best boxing historians. I mean, you have boxers come on Blue Channel that Kurt will tell them things about themselves that they forgot about, bro. They like, oh shit, really? Like,
I didn't even remember that.
He blew Vinny passed away, bro. Kurt blew Vinny passed away. Kurt was just breaking that shit down, the shops, the names, and everything. Fighters be like, God damn, like. So Kurt was a real jewel, man. We had a real jewel in Kurt, and I hate that I didn't get the interview with him that I was supposed to interview him, bro. It's like, it's just, man, you don't trip off all those things until you're younger. We never thought Kurt was leaving, bro. He sounded healthy, and that's one thing I tell people, you can never script life. You never know what the fuck will go on with life, bro. You never know. You feel me? So to my brother Blue, man, keep your head up, champ. We know you're going to represent Kurt in the right way, and we're going to try to do the same on our ends, brother.
Yeah, man, that's facts, man. Kurt is missed. And man, I was watching Blue, man, when that happened, man. That shit hurt me when I see, you know what I'm saying? Just it hurt me, man, because like you said, we didn't see that coming. And then the way that Blue had to find out. But at the end of the day, right, on the lighter note, you know what I'm saying? What's the coincidence of Blue finding out doing what he do every day? During the time that he do you know what I'm saying, on live with the people, that's how he found out. And I think that's how Kurt would have wanted it to happen, because, you know, they both love boxing. So what other way to find out is doing something that you love on the show that they was both on together.
Facts, bro.
We ain't never really thought about that, you know. It's crazy how things work.
Facts, bro.
But yeah, man, yeah. But, you know, what we talking about, it had nothing to do with hating on Mayweather. This is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is.
Facts.
I don't care what y'all think. Floyd Mayweather don't want to see Gervonta Tank Davis surpass him. And he don't think it's possible. He don't see that in Tank. He don't see Tank as being a better fighter than him.
Mm-hmm.
So Leonard Ellerby can tell you all the lies that these are lies. They just doing that shit because it sound good. Oh, you know, Tank the best fighter in the world. He gonna be, you know what I'm saying? We gonna build him better than Mayweather because we got the blueprint. And Mayweather turned around and told you in the interview that I played, basically he telling y'all that blueprint, it ain't gonna work for nobody but me, because look at who I fought and look at all the champions I beat. If you ain't fighting the caliber opponents that I was fighting and beating those champions, yeah.
Facts, bro. Facts. Oh, man, we know, Blue.
Yeah, definitely, Blue.
For real, bro.
Yeah, man. Kurt, man, I miss Kurt, man. For
real. I mean, you know how Kurt go. Yeah, you know, Blue, and you know, it's just a perpetuation of motion, and you know, Blue, I've been doing this thing for a while now, Blue, and you know, I love it. And when we have Devin, Haney out there, and Errol Spence and these guys showing, you know, it's just a different type of feeling from back then, you know. But you know, back then they were just real manly mans, and you know, I sat down with him, and I knew his uncle, Blue. I knew his uncle, I knew his cousin, but his grandfather was the best, right? So we knew he was going to be good. We remember seeing him hit. Man, Kurt to break that shit down.
You sound just like the late great Kurt. You sound just like Kurt.
Yeah,
the
man.
rhythmic and perpetual motion. That's
The
what it was.
rhythm and the perpetual motion, man. And these
Man,
fighters, they're not the same as old. So I give them their credit. So it's just everything's about. But yeah, man.
Kurt take you to Kurt take you to
Nobody can touch
school.
Kurt, bro. Right.
Nobody can touch Kurt. Kurt take you to school. Now, yeah, Kurt take you to school, bro. And like I said, so that's just what it is with the situation with Floyd Mayweather and Tank. And bro, like I don't know. Do you see him trying to start moving Tank so Tank can solidify his legacy? Or do you think he just, hey, don't worry about that Tank, because he preaches to Tank that he don't need to worry about none of those fights. That all he needs to worry about is money. But like I said, he'll get on the interview and talk about himself and tell you differently.
Go come down to Tank ass, man. Go come down to him. Do you want the big fights, or do you want to keep? Because you go make some good money. Don't get me wrong. The money gonna be there. You gonna make some good money, but do you want the damn big fights? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure because Tank, like I said, Tank wanted that Lomachenko shit in 2020. So somewhere down in his head, he wants the big fights, and he hear the noise that's going on, bro. He hear the shit that's going on. I don't give a damn how high your high horse is. You hear the shit that's going on when people talking about you, calling you ducks, and you ain't fought nobody and all this shit. All these motherfuckers watch YouTube. You lay in that bed at nighttime. You ain't just on no Netflix for no whole little time. Your ass on YouTube, listen to this boxing shit. So at the end of the day, man, it's gonna come down to him, approaching Floyd Mayweather. Every time you hear Calvin Ford speak, he always speak on who they want Tank to fight. You know what I'm saying? And why they think this and why they think that. And Tank pissed off about Roby.
Oh, my man, Knockout. I missed Knockout super chat. Knockout said Floyd cannot promote other fighters. He too selfish. Yeah. But see, you got diehard Floyd Mayweather fans, right? And I was a big Floyd. I was a diehard Floyd Mayweather fan inside of the ring. But see, a lot of people don't know how to separate the man from the fighter that was inside of the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because the fighter that we saw outside of the ring, the man inside of the ring, don't have nothing to do with his character outside of the ring. But see, some of these men, grown men, they like kids and they don't know how to separate that. So they see shit that Floyd do right in front of their face and they don't see nothing wrong with it.
And then he catch their ass up, because one minute he'll tell your ass, all lives matter, right? For everybody want to kiss his ass and do this and do that.
Right.
And then when people on his ass, like, okay, motherfucker, you want to stand that ground, stand there. And then as soon as it comes down to something that can benefit him, they do black fighters wrong. And, this motherfucker poured Erickson Lubin over. Come here. This guy's a hell of a fighter. Right here. Yeah, this guy, that's the same guy that knocked Erickson Lubin, but got his ass knocked out in his big time fight. He fighting his way back, and I'm a big fan of Erickson Lubin, but he getting his airtime. Why ain't they talking about Errol Spence? Motherfucker, they is talking about Errol Spence. What is you talking about? Like, you trying to discredit or trying to use this shit to benefit you now, because like 50 say, when the fights come up, Floyd gonna use everything to his advantage, bro. You feel me? He got him a fight. He had a little fight they used to promote. He gonna use everything to his advantage. So it's just like, man, Floyd know how to play on motherfuckers, bro. But at the end of the day,
when you bring it to their attention, oh, you're Floyd. Hey, you just hating on Floyd. Like, man, these dudes be dead. But grown men, bro. Grown men. Like,
I mean, sir, go come down to Tank, stepping his ass up, saying, man, listen, I want this fight. I ain't fighting nobody else. I don't give a damn. I made enough money. My bank account's sitting good. I'ma still get this, but it comes down to that contract too. How long is your ass on that contract still? Because them motherfuckers be thinking about like, damn, because motherfuckers spend money. Them boys be spending money like a motherfucker. Or I got another big fight coming up. I ain't gonna worry about it. So if you got money in the bank and you all about it, cool. But if you ain't got no money in the bank, then your ass gonna play ball. You feel me? So that's what it's gonna be.
Right. Abdul Anwar says, does Tank want legacy or currency? Legacy will get you currency. Currency won't bring you legacy. Floyd is a self-centered, egotistical narcissist. Yeah, bro. And then that's what I said that's what I said in my video, right? Most of these dudes, they don't really hear shit. They just see shit, right? So they'll see a title, but they don't hear what you're saying and the facts that you putting behind the title that you put in. You know what I'm saying? So you can't do nothing to change that. But that's exactly what I was saying too, Abdul, is that Floyd on that video, he was telling you why he has the accomplishments and why he was able to make the money that he made, right? Because he did this, and that in his career. Because he had big fights. He fought everybody, right, in his career. He fought 16 champions or more, right? So he's telling you, I made this amount of money because I put in the work, right? But he's teaching Tank Davis, oh, you don't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about that. It's all about money. No, you have the legacy, you have Floyd Mayweather because the work that you put in and who you fought, right? We all know that. And you got the money from that as well. So money comes with legacy. Legacy, they go hand in hand. You can't continue to put Tank Davis in bullshit ass fights and think that he gonna have, generational wealth. Because people are gonna get, tired of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
People gonna get tired of that shit. It ain't no fucking shortcut. It ain't no fucking blueprint. They keep trying to tell you it's a blueprint. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no shortcuts to it. It is what it is. But so let's move on, right? Let's move on. Let's talk about, and y'all hit my like button. Let me check the likes, right? Let me check the likes, man. Let me check, see where the likes is at. Because we finna cook on this whole boycott Errol Spence thing. Y'all hit the like button. Smash on my like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Because it's finna get, you know what I'm saying? It's finna get real up in here. All right, it's about to get real. It's really about to get real. So check this out. So money. Let's talk about the whole boycott Errol Spence. Now, and I'm gonna explain where this came from. Now, first, let me give Bernie his props because Bernie, he got a good show. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to, he has a good show. He knows his boxing. When you talk about boxing historians, Bernie is one of the best boxing historians. You feel me? I ain't the type of person that's just gonna not give a man they props. He interested. Because when he's talking about boxing, he know what he's talking about. And he says a lot of trill shit. When you know what I'm saying, he said a lot of trill shit when he breaking down fights. When he talking about fighters, he knows. You know what I'm saying. He's a great historian of the game. He can tell you some shit that happened in 1930, right? But when it comes to Errol Spence, all of that shit go out the window with Bernie. When it comes to Errol Spence, any logic that Bernie has, any truth that he tells in the boxing game, it goes out the window. And you say, oh, well, you put Team Bud Crawford. Yeah, he is Team Bud Crawford. Him and Bud are like that. So the shit that he says reflects on Terence Bud Crawford. And I'm saying that for those who can't understand that. Huh?
Bud gave him the power to speak for him, Keith.
Right. But he came on before and he said, Bud gave me the power to speak for him. Bud gave me all the power to speak for him. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying? I have to let everybody know, for the ignorant ones, you gotta break it down for them real slow, because I don't know what it is. They can't get it through their fucking heads. But so, Bernie, he did a show. Like I said, he put on, you know what I'm saying? He could cook. He be cooking. I ain't gonna hate on the man. He be cooking. But when he talks about Errol Spence, Thomas Wardell, I'm gonna put you to sleep real quick because I'm gonna make you watch from the background. Now you can sleep watch. You know what I'm saying? So when when he talk about Errol Spence, all that shit just go out the window, bro. He get the line, he get the just telling all type of crazy shit. So I'm watching him, and he says, he started talking about how he guarantees that Errol Spence is fighting Keith Thurman next, right? He telling everybody that Errol Spence want Keith Thurman next. Errol Spence don't want no parts of Terence Crawford. He ducking Crawford, and he want Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? So he's going on, and he says, I guarantee you that he fighting Keith Thurman next. That's the fight gonna happen next. If he get past Ugas, he fighting Keith Thurman next. That's what he want. He don't want no Errol Spence. I mean, he don't want no Terence Crawford. And so he hella adamant about that shit, right? He telling everybody. He guaranteed it. So I'm just listening to him, right? I'm just listening to him. Then he gets to talking about that since Errol Spence don't want to smoke, since Errol Spence is scared, they're gonna go after Errol Spence's homeboy, right? They're gonna go after Jermell Charlo or Brian Castano, right? So he like, yeah, that's the fight for us because we think that, you know, they'll fight us. Since his boy won't fight, we think that Jermell Charlo, you know, or if Brian Castano win, they'll fight us. But Errol Spence, he don't want to fight. He want to fight Keith Thurman. That's his next fight. He gonna fight Keith Thurman next. So this is what he's saying, right? Now I'm gonna play you some of the clip so y'all can hear it for yourself. Play y'all some of the clip. Hold on, let me find it, y'all. Here it is right here. Hold on. We put it on the speaker too, so we can hear it loud and clear. Here we go, right here. All right, let me see. Damn. Here it is. Okay. I lost it for a minute.
Competition. So shout out to them. And like I say, if the winner won it, we gonna get it. Like I said, man, come on.
Hold on. I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get it connected to the speaker so y'all can hear it loud.
That guy, then he went 2-0 with Charlo. You know, he ain't no slouch. And he ain't want to duck no competition. So shout out to them. And like I said,
okay, all right, here it is.
He went 2-0 with Charlo. You know, he ain't no slouch. And he ain't want to duck no competition. So shout out to them. And like I say, if the winner want it, we gonna get it. Like I said, man, come on, because the other fellas don't want it. Spence don't want it. Ugas, they talking about Keith Thurman. Don't even say Keith Thurman. He shouldn't even said that. He shouldn't even said that. He said Crawford because that's what it sounds. It sounds good to say that. It sounds good to say that. It sounds good to say that. But the man talking about Keith Thurman, you shouldn't even say that stupid shit. Don't even say it. Why would you say such a thing? Why would you even speak Keith Thurman? You think Keith Thurman deserve a shot at 3 championships off of that performance that he just came off with? He didn't look that good in that performance. When has Keith Thurman really looked good? When is the last time Keith Thurman looked good? Pacquiao? Yes, he looked all right, you know. In there with old Pacquiao, looked all right. 2-0 with him. Yes, he looked all right. But come on, 3 belts? No, you can't duck the kid, like I say. So boycott, you know, we're going to be like, do the right thing. Boycott Sal. We're going to boycott Spence. You know, y'all better boycott that boy. You understand? And so like I say, we got to go whoop his own boy. We got to go up a division and get all the belts over there. We got to go whoop him. Because, you know, we don't go up a weight division to ask for number 10. We don't do that. We don't go ask for number 10. You know, we don't do that. We go to number 1 spot. You understand? We go for number 1 spot. You did? So who shall it be? Shall it be Castaño or shall it be Charlo? Either way, them boys getting beat up. You understand? It's gonna be a seat festival. Castaño, Crawford, and Charlo. Ooh, triple.
So y'all heard him. Boycott Errol Spence. We going after Charlo and Castano winner, right? Wait, hold on. Was I hearing that right? That's what he said, right? Money. We going after Charlo and Castano. So this man is over here telling everybody that they need to boycott the Errol Spence fight. He telling everybody that the Errol Spence fight ain't gonna happen. They want to go after. So they're promoting Charlo and Castano and telling you to boycott Errol Spence. But they want the Errol Spence fight? I'm confused. I'm real confused. Let me say that again. He's over there, right? Because he speaks for Crawford. He's over there telling you to boycott Errol Spence, and they want to fight Jermell Charlo or Brian Castano. So they're promoting a fight between Terence Bud Crawford and the winner between Brian Castano and Jermell Charlo, and they telling you to boycott Errol Spence. But they want the Errol Spence fight. Boycott Errol Spence, but we want the Errol Spence. I'm confused. Maybe you can help me out with this, Money. I'm confused.
Man, that Major Payne looking motherfucker. This man always, bro, always got some bullshit to say, bro. How the fuck can you boycott another man fight? Like what? That's what I want to know first of all. And I need that clip because I'm on Instagram. I'm gonna tag this little punk ass. How the hell you gonna sit up here and say boycott another man fight? A championship bout, bro. A 3-belt championship bout. You talking about boycott. This the same man that your Dennis Ugas, who your man said they trying to keep away from him when your Dennis Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao, right? And they was in the middle of the ring talking about Errol Spence and your Dennis Ugas fight. Terence Bud Crawford made a tweet saying now they trying to keep him away from you. Now they trying to keep your Dennis Ugas away from you. Now they not mentioning your name. But now that Earl's finna get to your Dennis Ugas fight, now you talking about boycott the fight. Who the fuck is he ducking, bro? Who is he ducking? Who is he ducking? And then you talking about you want to go fight Charlo. Bro, you not finna get no fucking Charlo without fighting Errol Spence. He knows that shit. If you want to deal with Al Heyman, you go deal with Al Heyman with Errol Spence. Period. You want to deal with Al Heyman with Errol Spence, bro. Bernie is one of them bitter ass cousins, bro. He's one of them bitter ass cousins that come over here and you got everything and he act like he happy for you, but the nigga really mad and jealous at the same time. So he try to break your shit on purpose. That's who Bernie is, bro. For real, that's exactly who Bernie is, bro. He's a hater, bro. The little pad wiping the floor sweeper can't get over Errol Spence. You say this shit every time, bro. What the fuck do you got so personal against Errol Spence, bro? That's what I want to know. And I never tripped off when Earl and Bud was face to face that y'all saying it was Bernie, right? So maybe because Earl put his ass in his place that night, Key.
Nah, that wasn't Bernie, though.
Yeah, that wasn't Bernie, was it? Yeah, I knew that want that little boy. Listen, I'm gonna say this, man. Terence Crawford said he want to fight. All right, he coming out, he's saying he want to fight. He's saying, if I can't get Earl, he keeps saying that though. If I can't get Errol Spence, I'm gonna tell y'all this, bro. Assuming Errol Spence being victorious against your Dennis Ugas, I got him being victorious. We know this boxing shit, anything can fucking happen. But I got EJ being victorious, bro. When Errol Spence called out Terence Bud Crawford after he get that third scrap, it's a different type of pressure. It's different from Bud Crawford saying he want to fight Errol Spence than Errol Spence saying he want to fight Terence Bud Crawford live on the microphone, bro. It's going to be a different kind of pressure and a different type of heat, bro. Watch what I tell y'all. Bud don't have the same pool as Errol Spence. He don't have the same pool as Errol Spence. He don't light up shit like Errol Spence. Don't get me wrong, hell of a fighter, hell of a talent. But when Errol Spence say he wants something, bro, he gets it. When Errol Spence say he wants something, he gets what he wants, bro. And if he say he wants Terence Bud Crawford next, and he go live, right? Now I ain't gonna say he go live on the microphone when he beat your Dennis Ugas, and he say I'm coming for Terence Bud Crawford next. That's the next fight I want. Watch the media, right? Watch how motherfuckers get to talking, and watch Boyd Crawford energy after that. He ain't gonna have no choice, bro. He is not gonna have any choice but to fight Errol Spence when Errol Spence say, "I'm ready for this fight right now." He ain't gonna have no choice because if he say no, his ass gonna get grilled left, right, up, and down from everybody. Everybody go grill his ass, bro. Everybody go grill him because now the fight gonna really be realistic. Where Errol Spence telling him, "Come on, let's fight. You not with Bob Arum no more, right? You can get you a fight in, right? But if he turn around and try to make it like, oh, well, I wanted to fight him, but now this, that, and all that shit, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Earl got 3 titles now. You got 1 title. It's undisputed. It's ready to go. The money is there. I don't give a fuck. No, oh, the man, that money is gonna be there, bro. That's the biggest fight in 2022. I keep saying that in 2022 is no bigger fight than Errol Spence that turns Boyd Crawford from a competitive standpoint that everybody wants to see. The first big fight was Wilder and Joshua. Everybody wanted that fight, and the second behind that was Errol Spence and fucking Terence Crawford. Out of everybody's mouth, you ask them what fight would you want to see? Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. Right now, it's gonna be so much pressure on Bud Crawford motherfucking ass. When Earl say he want that fight after he finished Uga's ass, he ain't gonna have no choice but to sign a contract. Watch what I tell y'all. And that fight will happen in 2022. So at the end of the day, Bernie can keep on hating all he wants to, right? He wish he could have accomplished 1/10 of what Errol Spence accomplished as a professional. So you know when you get a motherfucker like that they call himself a fighter and he can never fight in the big fight or make $1 million in the fight or win a world title, he go hate. He go hate, bro. So that's all I look at it from Bernie, bro. He's just a big ass hater of Errol Spence. Somehow boycott. Man, sit your weak ass down somewhere.
G5 Gabe, what's happening with it? Back in that super chat once again. Appreciate you, brother. He says, that's what happened when you ride with Bud Corn Huskers. Right.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. It's just weird. My man, Mr. Steal Your Chin, he say, Bud fans boycotted Bud versus Porter. That's why their numbers were so low. Hey, crazy. Hey, man. That shit that don't make no sense to me, though. Now that your man is a free agent, right? All you got to do is sit down and go talk to Al Haymon and get some shit popping. You keep on popping up with videos talking about, oh, no, it ain't going to happen. They want to fight. He want to fight Keith Thurman. Then he going to fight Keith. I guarantee it. If we want to go, we going to go fight Jermell Charlo. Oh, what the fuck? Now I'm confused because, hey, do y'all really want the fight to happen? Like, this shit's starting to confuse me now. Why every time this man Errol Spence gets to talking about letting everybody know I'm going after Terence Crawford belt. That's the fight is next. Y'all get to saying some different shit. Now, yeah, we heard what Terence Crawford said, but it's always an if on the back end of it. Why does it have to be an if on the back end of it if both of y'all are saying that y'all want to fight? And why don't you tell Bernie to shut the fuck up because he's fucking up your business if you really want to fight like that, right? He is a part of your camp. He helps train you. And he continues to do lives talking about, oh, it ain't going to happen. They want to fight Keith Thurman. And he's now promoting Bud Crawford versus the winner of Brian Castano and fucking Jermell Charlo. And like I told y'all before, both of those fighters are on PBC. Both of those fighters are advised by Al Haymon. So what really don't make sense is how do you think you're going to get a Jermell Charlo fight if you're not going to get a Errol Spence fight? So Errol Spence is calling out Bud Crawford, but y'all saying that fight ain't going to happen. Then you putting words in Errol Spence's mouth, trying to act like that he wants to fight Keith Thurman when he done told y'all a million times he don't want nothing to do with Keith Thurman. But you see how they run with these narratives. And I ain't done yet. So I seen some of y'all, right? Some of y'all that's in my chat right now. I seen some of y'all in Bernie's live, right? And he was getting y'all hyped up. And you was agreeing with all of that bullshit that he was saying. Y'all was agreeing with that shit. Yeah, I seen it. I seen y'all. I ain't gonna say no names, but I seen y'all. Yeah, Bernie. Yeah, yeah. Facts, Bernie. Facts. Yeah, Errol scared. Yeah, yeah. He ducking. He a pussy. Yeah, I seen it. People don't like the truth. They don't like the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro. They doing all that shit. Corny, 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 bro.
Well, my man Jason Briggs said we got to stop acknowledging him, giving him attention. Ain't about that. Like I said, I respect his boxing knowledge. You know what I'm saying? He got a good show. I don't like. I'm not that type of person, bro. I don't care who you support. You feel me? I'm not the type of person. I'm worried about what I'm doing and the people that I fuck with, what they doing. I want to see. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do well. I don't care who go to his show and watch it. He ain't got no. He ain't got no bullshit show. He got a good show. I like listening to him until he start talking about this shit. He just go all the way off on some other shit. So it ain't about giving him attention. We got to understand that he is a part of Bud Crawford's team. And they talk all the time. They in the gym with each other every day. They hang out outside of boxing. So it's not like that this don't have, that this is not directly towards, I mean, that this doesn't have affect Terence Crawford in any way. It does. Then he started talking about how PBC hates Terence Crawford. Oh, they hate us. They hate him. They hate him. So
Always the black man.
nah, he wasn't saying that. He was just saying that PBC hate Terence Crawford.
Oh, man, I heard Bernie say that all the time.
Okay,
they
yeah.
always hate. It's always the black man that turn you down. The black man they turn us down. The white man turned us down. We got Bob Erm. He the white man. So we got the black man and the white man turn you down. I mean, what can you do? I mean, what can you do? I mean, well, if you don't get your, I gotta repeat everything 3 times. Looking at
This shit crazy, bro. I mean, I don't understand. How are you supposed to be trying to build the fight? Make PBC know this is the fight, right? But every time we pull you up, you talking about fighting somebody else. First, it was Keith Thurman. Y'all was talking about. And then they brought up Keith Thurman. Somebody, right, in the chat was like, well, we think that Errol Spence wants to fight. We think the fight gonna happen. And he kind of like blew that shit off, right? And they said, we think that, or whoever, you know, that was in the chat said, he was like, well, what about Bud Crawford fighting Keith Thurman in the meantime? Like, what about that fight? That's a good fight. We want to see Bud and Keith Thurman in the meantime. And he was like, yeah, that's a good fight. After he just shit on Keith Thurman and said Keith Thurman don't deserve this and Keith Thurman ain't shit and this and that, right? He was shitting on him. But then when they said Keith Thurman and Bud, he said he liked that fight. Yeah. But then he said that, but nah, they trying to save Keith Thurman for Errol Spence. They trying to save him for Errol Spence. So man, it's just a lot of bullshit that they be saying, that he be saying. And like I said, it's not just him. His whole team, Terence Crawford, whole team be talking like that. G5 Gabe says Bernie Salamander with the edge up looking ass. He said Bernie Salamander with the edge up looking ass. It's a salute to my brother G5. Brian Peters says EJ ain't fighting Thurman. EJ will go straight to Bud pending him beating Ugas. Yeah, like he don't have, Thurman ain't got nothing for him. I think at this point in time, Thurman didn't look good enough in his last fight. And Barney was talking about that. He was like, he don't deserve no fucking, no, you know what I'm saying? No 3 belts. He didn't look good enough in his last fight. And I agree with Bernie. But you cannot make narratives and make it seem like that Errol Spence wants to go after Keith Thurman because it's a lie.
Errol Spence told you what he want next.
Right.
You did a whole video of, and y'all go check that video. That video was so fucking cold, bro. You did a whole breakdown video saying what Errol Spence want next. He telling you what the fuck he want next.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, these people, they just weird, man. You know what I'm saying? They just go off it. They don't care about being wrong if it's facts or not. They just gonna go off of what they want to hear. You know what
Facts,
I'm saying?
man.
And it's just about being they just Errol Spence haters. They don't care. Whatever they can do, whatever narratives they can put out that, you know what I'm saying, have some hating shit on Errol Spence's name, that's what they gonna do. To slander his name, whatever they can put, whatever they put out, and these motherfucking Bud Crawford fanatics, they love every bit of it. They love every bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think it's you know, it's pretty much in Terence Crawford's hands. Can't nobody make him go sit down and talk to Al Haney. But that's what he got to do. We can't make him go sit down with Al Haney. You and then your mans is over there talking about, oh, they hate us. They hate Bud. They hate us. They don't, you know. Well, if they hate you, explain to me how you gonna get a Jermell Charlo fight. Make it make sense. I want some of y'all in here that's so in love with, you know, anything that said negative towards Errol Spence and anything anybody say, you know what I'm saying, that for Bud Crawford, y'all, you know, the BPC, the Bud Protection Committee, I want one of y'all to explain me that. If they hate Terence Crawford so much, right, and it might be true, I don't know, shit. I'm just saying, if they hate him so much, like Bernie says, oh, the PBC, they hate him, right? Well, how he gonna get a fight with Jermell Charlo? Because he seems real adamant that Jermell Charlo fight is gonna happen, or Brian Castano. You talk to him, he like, yeah, that'll happen. That's gonna happen.
You know, because Jermell ain't ducking these boys. He ain't ducking nobody. Right. How the fuck is that going to happen, bro? And like when I don't get, he act like he really went and done some business with Al Haney before. You know, they don't like us. They don't. What you mean they don't like y'all? Y'all never even tried to do business with the man. Matter of fact, if they don't like y'all so much, how you just do business with one of their fighters though? But they don't like y'all so much, right? You just fought Sean Porter, who was under Al Haney. So how can you do business with one of their fighters, even if it was on whatever network it was on? How come they don't like you? So you just talking, bro. Bernie just talking, but the dude just say anything that comes to his fucking mouth, bro. I mean, to his mind. He say anything, bro. He'll say anything out his mouth. He one of those type of kids, bro. They'll say anything. But they let him get away with that shit, and they let him do it. Because like we say, if he's saying it, they sitting around in the group, kumbaya with that shit, saying the same shit that he's saying. Because he ain't just coming out just speaking his fucking mind. You know what I mean? We all know Bo Mac, him, Bud, whatever the rest of the 150 trainers that he got, all they had sitting around saying the same shit, bro. Dissing Errol Spence, making it as if Errol Spence don't want to fight, shitting on him. Did Bo Mac say fuck the Pacquiao fight? He said fuck the Pacquiao fight. Now it's fuck the Ugas fight. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, damn, whatever Errol Spence do is fuck whatever that man got going on. That man can't go out here and fight other fighters, good fighters, and make his legacy go on just because y'all ain't getting to fight next, right? Because y'all on some ego, arrogant ass shit, jealousy ass shit, because y'all feel like that man, oh, he's not above no Bud Crawford. He ain't above Bud. But I bet you his pay-per-view numbers do better than Terence Bud Crawford pay-per-view numbers. I bet you that much. And Earl been out the ring for almost a year and some change now. If I'm not mistaken, maybe longer than that. I bet you his numbers do better than Terence Bud Crawford pay-per-view numbers that he just did with Sean Porter. You feel me? So it's just a jealousy and a hate thing, bro. And I don't even know how that jealousy and that hatred goes that deep over a man that ain't even done shit to y'all, bro. That man showed Terence Crawford nothing but all the love in the world. Been showing him all the love in the world. Still ain't really disrespecting him for real. Ain't said shit bad about him, right? Never went against him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy to me how they can have all that hatred and all that jealousy for one man that's just living his fucking life and doing what he's supposed to do in this boxing game to become one of the best to ever do this shit in the game, bro. So it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But that time gonna meet up, bro. That time is coming. 2022 in the fall time, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford will be fighting, bro. I'm standing on them words. Mark them down. Put it on your calendar. Monty Brown said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But in 2022, in the fall time, Terence Bud Crawford don't have nowhere else to go. You see, all the promoters don't even want to touch. And that's a fucked up situation because They even know the Errol Spence fight is the fight for him. They know it. They listen to all the promoters that talk about Bud Crawford. Well, the fight that he said he won is Errol Spence. The fight that he said he won is Errol Spence. The fight that he said he won is Errol Spence. Right? So if the fight right there for your ass, and Errol saying he wants you, and you don't, I'm gonna say this, Key. If Errol Spence tell Bud Crawford, come on, let's fight, and he try not to oblige and engage in that fight, ain't no promoter gonna want to fuck with him. He really gonna have to get Terence Bud Crawford promotion. He is. Or you gonna have to go fuck with Floyd Mayweather, and he even fuck with Al Haney. But if that Errol Spence fight present itself and he get to talking all that weak ass shit, which I pray he don't, right? But if he get to talking all that time and he didn't want to fight me and this and all that shit, ain't no promoter gonna want to touch him. First of all, they gonna look at the age, right? Don't give a damn how good he is inside the ring, right? They gonna look at the age. They gonna look at what fights are lucrative for him out there. They can make real money at where he's at right now. And there's only one fight that come to mind. So after that, man, they're gonna be looking at all that young shit, all them young fights that's up and coming, and the fights right there, bro. And that's gonna be that, bro, because the pay-per-view numbers already got promoters looking at like, God damn, he ain't doing shit. He ain't doing nothing. There's only one fight people want to see him fight. And they go off the fans. Some promoters go off what the fans want. So it's gonna come down to him getting his ass into that ring with Earl. If not, then it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Hey, my man G5 said the Bud Crawford meat mushers. Hey, outside the box media said, oh, he can activate his mandatory and fight Jermell Charlo, right? Well, okay. All right, if that's what you think, who he gonna do it through? He ain't got no home. Who he gonna do it through?
What they say, he can activate his mandatory.
My man outside the box media said he will activate his mandatory if he move up to 154. Okay, well, through who? What promotional company gonna do the business for him?
Right, man, cut it out.
And I know a lot of people keep saying, right? A lot of people keep saying, oh, he with MTK Global. Well, they say they not with MTK Global.
Who? Bud? He ain't with no damn MTK Global.
Yeah, I hear it all the time. Oh, he with MTK Global. MTK Global, they do. Well, they out of their own mouth, they said that Bud is not with MTK Global.
Right, I ain't said MTK Global nowhere around Terence Bud Crawford. Not one time in no fight. Not even in not even in this goddamn Sean Porter fight. So,
I want you to explain outside the box media. Let me know who he gonna activate it, how he gonna activate his mandatory. Through who? Who gonna do the business? Who? Can't do it through Eddie Hearn. Can't do it through Top Rank. Is he gonna go fuck with Lou DiBella and them? Sheena, the Queen Sheena in the building. Sheena says, I wonder who money will cheer for if Spence and Canelo ever meet.
When I thought they was gonna fight Sheena, you know who I was riding with. I'm riding with my brother Spence. I made a whole post. But they not gonna never meet up now. Spence say he ain't coming past 160. Canelo say he ain't never coming back to 160.
Yeah,
so,
I don't think that's ever gonna happen. That's a fantasy
yeah,
fight.
Oscar,
Hold on, money. So was I right? Because remember, I told you at one point, I said, nah, it never happened now.
You said it never happened now?
Yeah. Remember, we was talking about that shit a while back, and I said, it ain't gonna never happen. I said, Canelo ain't never gonna go down that far.
Well, you was right then. Because De La Hoya knew that was the biggest fight in boxing, bro. He tried to get, remember when De La Hoya tried to get Earl at 54, and he's going to feed Earl Cotto, and then he's going to try to make the Canelo fight happen. But, that shit fell through Earl, so I ain't leaving Al Haney for your ass. And then he ended up giving Cotto to Saddam Ali, and then he fed Saddam Ali ass to Jaime McGill. Yeah, it was once possible, Shayna. It was once possible, huh?
I'm talking about outside the box media, right? Who are you activating the mandatory through and having a purse bid? Who you doing it through? You need two promotional companies to to get a purse bid in. So who you doing it through? And then you have to get another promotional company, right, that want to do that. that see lucrative that they can make money off of a Jermell Charlo and Terence Crawford fight. That they willing to put their money up. So it sounds good.
Mm-hmm. All that gangster shit you talking, yeah, it sound good. Nigga, see, I say, good real dog.
My man Ricky Williams in the building. He said it's still. He said he still got to sit his ass at the table. Bud in the corner. He gonna have to show. And he said he gonna have to show and prove his. He said he gonna have to show and prove or hit the shower. Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. We talking like this man got a promotional company backing him, and he ain't got none of that shit. You dig what I'm saying? He ain't got none of that shit. I got you, G5. I'll drop it real quick before we wrap it up. I'm just we getting ready to wrap it up soon. So this link is just for G5. I'm gonna let him get on and cook real quick. So don't nobody else grab the link. This is just for G5 because, like I said, we getting ready to wrap it up right now. Soon. So G5, I just dropped it. You can touch on the link. But why are we even talking about if Errol Spence and Terence Crawford is the biggest fight, right? And if they supposedly, we know that Errol Spence wants to fight, right? And if Terence Crawford and his people supposedly want to fight, why are we talking about Brian Castano and Jermell Charlo? You feel what I'm saying? Make that make sense to me. I see you, Real Marlo TV in the building. Hell yeah, you hella late. We finna shut it down. You missed a hell of a show.
Marlo, what's going down? And Keith, not even knowing when that fight gonna take place, Keith.
Not even knowing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. What's happening with it, G5?
Key, my brother. Salute to you, my dog. Money, my bro. What's happening?
G5, what's going down, bro?
No, I was saying drop out the box one so he can explain it. We won't have to keep typing, but shit. Okay, once you say, I was like, shit, go ahead. Cause I know y'all was cooking. I was like, shit, I'm just gonna hold up. But I'm like, shit, let him explain that shit. You know?
Yeah. But, I mean, you can't explain it because it ain't we know what it is. Bro, he ain't got no home right now.
Nah, a man with no land. But you know what I'm saying? People want to feel sorry for him. But no, you can't feel sorry for him. That's his part. Like, if you don't follow me, I talked about this. Been talked about this. The importance of having a solid team around you. People want to always say, oh, well, Bud didn't say this or Bud didn't say that.
G5.
Well, yes, sir.
I don't mean to cut you off. Read that comment on the screen.
Okay. He has to be undisputed at 147 to become a mandatory for 154 belt. It is in the WBO rules, or he can defend the title 10 times.
Well, he ain't did neither one of them. So if that's the case, like I said, I don't know exactly what the rules are, but if that is the case, he ain't did neither one of them. So you throw that shit out the window.
Yeah, scrap that. But it's like, hey, I told y'all his team around him. Then you wonder why people be looking at him funny or trying to question, oh, well, damn, Bud, you ain't gonna check this shit? Because I know both of y'all solid individuals. If you got a nigga that's just chirping off at the mouth, constantly saying a whole bunch of bullshit, and you don't agree with it, and you ain't feeling the way it's making you look, or y'all gonna sit and with a muzzle on y'all mouth and not say nothing, and this nigga a representation of you? Hell no. So people like, well, Bud didn't say it. A person on his team said it, jackass. It's not rocket science. Like I said the other day, if you have a lawyer and they get to go out into the cameras and start saying a whole bunch of crazy shit about you in your case that you got going on, and you didn't authorize it, you not just gonna sit there and not say nothing. I said, bro, that's basically they represent you. And they want to act, oh man, with Bud, man, fuck all that shit. Is the man gonna fight Earl or what?
Right.
Now they still gonna find a way to blame Earl, even though Bud said Earl want to fight much as him. I'm just waiting to see what excuses they gonna come with. You know what I'm saying? You can't critique Terence Crawford. They think you hating. But you can
Right.
critique the fuck out of Errol Spence in the ring, outside the ring, slander his name, say whatever you want to say. But do you see Team Spence slandering Crawford? No, they'll say he a great fighter. They just feel like Earl better. Shit like that. So
It don't make no damn sense.
nah, then y'all want to tell, oh, Boots, if you want to fight, come at Bud with some respect. With some respect. Y'all the main ones disrespecting. Sit that weak ass shit up, man. Like, come on, bruh. And if you ain't checking this shit at Terence Crawford being a solid individual, bruh, you condoning their behavior. If you not in the same room with them or something. So keep it a buck. Who got the most contradictory statements and moves out of the two parties? Nigga, Bud running away with that shit with an Olympic torch. That don't mean he ain't no good fighter.
Now,
But he on some bullshit.
My man outside the box media, right? In regards to the message I just had you read, he say that's only if Jamel don't want to fight. Jamel don't want to fight because he know that his partner Errol Spence, that's his fight. So what make you think that Jamel Charlo is gonna try to jump in front of Errol Spence for the fight that he wants? Last time I checked, partners don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Jamel, man, once Jamel come undisputed, Jamel is going up to is going to 160.
And not only that, kid. So Jamel get the fight for undisputed at 154. Then Errol Spence got his undisputed bout with Bud. He ain't finna take that from his homeboy, man. Stop it.
Yeah, like come on, man. That's a no-go. I don't know why y'all keep reaching for this male shit instead of, you know what I'm saying, trying to do everything you can to promote the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight. It's like every time Errol Spence talk about that he want to fight Bud, every time he get to talking about it, they get to backtracking.
All right. But these the same cats that swear up and down Errol Spence ducking Bud. He don't want to fight this, that, and the third. Now the man coming out telling y'all he want to fight. We in a year where we can get the fight. And now we're hearing all this weird ass shit that y'all got. Oh man, well he can go fight Jamal. Or he go. So do Bud want to fight or not? That's what I want to know. I hate all that. Oh, back then and all this. And we talking about right now where we stand right now. Both of these cats still undefeated. The fight probably bigger than it ever was, right? Especially if it's gonna be for undisputed. Now all you motherfuckers, oh man, he can go fight Jamel Charlo and Brian Castano, and he want this fighter and that fighter. Bud doing all this shit, acting like to be, because I'm tired of bullshitting around the box, bro. It sounds like he bullshitting like he want to fight, but he don't want to fight. He feel like something gonna happen to his ass. Now EJ back on this shit. EJ and that motherfucker getting it together. He looking down. He looking slim. He finna go beat the shit out of Ugas. Now you don't want to fight. Come on, man. Make that shit make sense.
It's crazy, and it's like, why is Bernie so adamant about all this shit he's saying? Is him and Bud saying this shit behind the scenes? Is this what Bud is really saying to him behind the scenes? Why does he keep saying this shit? Like I said, they partners. They fuck with each other like that. They like brothers. So why does he keep saying this shit if Bud ain't saying something to this sort behind the scenes? I just get to wondering, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what they talk about, but I'm just saying I just get to wondering, dog.
Bro, you can't say he just oblivious and blind to the fact of what Bernie gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's your right hand. Shit, everywhere you go, most of the time, if it ain't with your wife, Bernie somewhere around. You know what I'm saying? So you condone in whatever you're saying.
Y'all
and
was
then
all
Bud
over in the UK together.
Exactly.
That shit crazy, man. Like real talk. What's happening, Cono Loco? What it do, Cono?
Like
that's what. My bad.
He say salute. He say it jumped on me. He say salute to all. He said salute to all. Salute to my co-host G5 Gabe. Yes, sir.
Kano, what's good, my boy?
Sheena say, hell yeah, they talking behind the scenes. Like you said, G5, it ain't like he just, you know what I'm saying, just lost. He had no idea that Bernie sent. Come on, man.
Bruh.
Come on, man.
That's why I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Pick a side, pick a story, pick an agenda. It's like you say he want to fight, then you say he ducking. Pull up your panties. Then I talked to be honest, Earl, a real cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, which one is it? Like, nigga, I'm confused. Like, I'm that's why I'm be remain 50-50 on if the fight happen. I believe it can happen and it will, but then again, I don't. So I'm like 50-50 on the shit. Like, in order to get the Earl fight, you gotta go sit down and talk to Al.
Mm-hmm.
If Canelo can go sit down and talk to Al, come the fuck on. But Canelo has a good ass team around him. Despite what motherfucker want to say, he got
This
a
what we
team
gonna
around.
do. My man outside the box media, and I fuck with outside the box media, right? But this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna drop the link for you because I see where this is going. You talking about he been waiting for 2 years? I feel Bud though. Okay, I want you to put your bill down and explain to me what you talking about. I was gonna get off. You know what I'm saying? I was finna get off. But now I didn't drop the link. So I want you to make this shit make sense to me. Since you saying, you know, you feel Bud and this, and that. I want you to make this shit make sense to me outside the box. Talking about he been waiting for 2 years. All right, bet.
And everybody know Bud got skills, but goddamn, you gotta get your business and your team in order. That's all I'm saying.
There he is. What's happening with him? So you said Bud, but you feel Bud because he been waiting on Errol Spence for 2 years.
Yeah, we've been waiting on this fight since he flipped the Lambo. Y'all act like EJ ain't only fought 2 times in 4 years.
And what's the reason he fought 2 times in 4 years?
Regardless of the reason, Bud ain't fight 2 times in 4 years.
No. Let him cook, money. Let him cook.
I'm just saying you got to
say.
look at it from more perspectives than one, and you got to look at it and say, if I'm Bud, shit, I've been waiting on this fight for 4 years. He done fought 2 times in 4 years, and I'm still jumping through hoops to get this second undisputed. How long did it take Bud to make undisputed at 135?
At 140.
I mean, at 140. I'm sorry, at 140.
Did you not hear Bud come out his own mouth and say,
no, let him cook real quick, though, money. Let him cook. Then we're going to rebuttal. Let him cook. I'm going to let him cook.
It looked like the man was done talking to me.
Nah. I'm just saying in general. Yeah, I mean, we all on the same panel here. So, yeah, I mean, in general, you got to look at it from his perspective and say, what would I do? He done waited for this fight for 3 years, we know. We've been waiting on this fight. Now, when he wanted to fight Keith, when he first got up there, Keith ain't want to fight him. EJ done fought Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. Shit, Bud got up there and got a strap fresh in 147. So, you know what I mean? Technically, he been waiting on this fight for, we know, 3 years. And you didn't fought 2 times in 4 years. You can't really blame him for that. You know what I mean? And you can't blame him for saying, I'm going to go to 154 and make it happen. Because if it's one person at 154 who I can get this fight in a sooner time and he can't activate his mandatory, he don't got to wait no 10 fights. He ain't got to. No, that's not. He's the current champion. If he move up right now, he'll become the mandatory. But we already know Jamel moving up to 160.
No, he can't because it's already a mandatory. They both already got mandatory. He can't move up right now, come nobody mandatory.
He gonna become the mandatory of that next champion.
No, that's you have to fight an eliminator.
Exactly. So you got an eliminator fight, but that's 2 fights versus me waiting 4 years.
And who gonna do the business for him? Who gonna do the business for him?
He a champion. He don't need.
Who's going to do? I want you to tell me who's going to do the business for him.
He's a champion. He don't need
a
promoter.
Who's gonna do the business for him?
Shit.
He a champion. He don't need a promoter. His
He
promoter
can't, yeah, he
is
do. He
his
can't go
sanction
and do
and
no
body.
first bid or none of that shit
Okay.
himself.
His
Okay,
promoter become his sanction
okay.
and body.
Okay. So
He's a
when he
champion.
when he tried to go petition for the IBF, they told him he couldn't petition for it because he didn't have a promoter. So you're gonna need somebody to back you for the sanctioning body to really pretty much agree, unless you're a bigger name and got enough money yourself to do it, like a Floyd Mayweather. He's not at that point. So he's gonna need somebody with a financial backing to help him get that.
Right. Which we just saying him in London. Hopefully he working over in the UK. Shit.
I'm still waiting for you to answer my question. Who gonna do it for him?
What was your question?
You telling me that he could go and he could become the mandatory, he can do all this. Well, who's gonna do it for him? Where's his backing at? What promoter is gonna do this for him? He can't do it by himself.
His backing is his sanctioning body. His sanctioning body become his backing. He's a current champion.
Me he can go to the sanctioning body by himself, make himself the mandatory, right?
If he move
get
up,
a first bid, win
the
it, he can do all that. But no, you're wrong. It don't work like that. But now I want to go back to something you said earlier, right? And then I'm gonna let Money get his rebuttal, and I'm gonna let G5. But so earlier you said that Errol Spence has been you said Terence Crawford had been waiting on Errol Spence for 3-4 years now, right?
Right. We've been waiting on this
okay,
fight. We all
now
been waiting on it.
Answer this question, right? Terence Crawford been wanting that Errol Spence fight real bad for 4 years, right?
We all been wanting.
Huh?
Go ahead, yeah.
He did. That's
how long he been? He been a champion at 147 for 3 years.
Okay, all right, bet. So, who re-signed with Top Rank?
He did. Under the circumstances, they put it in the contract that they would make that fight happen then. So he been wanting this fight.
Put something in the contract that they have no control over? Answer that for me.
I ain't signed the contract. I ain't making neither.
I'm just asking you. You telling me that he resigned?
But we know that it's there. We know that that's in that contract.
Well, let me ask you a question.
He's suing them up.
Let me ask you another question. What other welterweights was on Top Rank for him to fight? I'll wait.
Well, it wasn't none. We know that. So it ain't like we ain't seen Top Rank and PBC. We just seen Floyd fight Pacquiao.
Hold on.
Pacquiao was on Top Rank
before. Who resigned? He did. Now you can't compare Floyd and Manny Pacquiao. Those are two way different superstars.
Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. We seen them work together.
Hold on. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Where was their first pay-per-view through? Who was it through?
It was through PBC.
No, it wasn't. You lying. The first pay-per-view was with.
It was on ESPN.
No, it wasn't on ESPN. It wasn't. ESPN and Top Rank had nothing to do with that first pay-per-view.
They both covered.
Pay-per-view with Wilder and Fury was PBC and Frank Warren. PBC and Frank Warren. ESPN didn't have nothing to do with it. Now ESPN. Now let me explain to you. Right,
and Showtime, they all partners.
No, it wasn't no Showtime. It was PBC. It was Frank Warren. It was the PBC side and Frank Warren. Right now, let me explain to you. They did the pay-per-view. They did good numbers, and they sold out the Staples Center. I was there. Once ESPN saw the numbers that they did, right? They saw the fight was lucrative, and they felt that the second fight was going to be bigger than the first fight. That's when ESPN wanted the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight. Not until they already saw the numbers and they did the math and they said, oh yeah, this fight is big. Everybody is wanting this rematch. Now let's get this rematch over here on ESPN with Top Rank. Terence Crawford, you can't compare that situation because any pay-per-view he did flopped. Bob Arum out of his mouth, right? When they met up backstage, when Errol Spence and Terence Crawford met up backstage and Bob Arum was right there, and Errol Spence told
when he told him he a little heavy.
In Errol Spence, he said, hey, call Al. What did Bob Arum come back after he talked to Al? He said, you know what? He said, the fight is not ready yet. The fight needs to build more. That's what
That's
Terence
because Bob
Crawford.
wanted
No,
to
no,
check.
no,
That's
no,
what he's
no, we ain't gonna do that.
for.
That's what Terence Crawford's promoter said. He said the fight ain't ready yet. It needs to build more. So going back, you cannot compare that fight at that time to Wilder and Fury.
So we talking money
Terence
or we talking
Crawford's
nuts?
numbers flopped.
We talking money or we talking nuts?
We're
'Cause
talking common sense.
You can't make it like this man
We're
ain't trying to
talking
make
common
this fight
sense.
happen and we making it about money.
So what the fuck they gonna do? Is they gonna get out in the middle of the street and fight? Is they gonna get out in the middle of the street and fight?
So
Tell me how it's gonna happen without your own promoter willing to make the fight happen. He told you out of his own mouth. Bob couldn't get the fight done.
Bob told us he ain't gonna get the fight done. Bob said he was losing money on Bud.
So what is you talking about? I don't understand. What you gotta make?
He ain't with Bob no more.
You just said that Terence Crawford was basically waiting on Errol Spence.
I said he been wanting to fight. Just because he been wanting to fight, obviously if his promoter can't make it happen, that ain't his fault.
No. You said that Terence Crawford been waiting for 4 years. And my question was, okay, who signed with Top Rank? How was the fight gonna happen? He re-signed with Top Rank. You trying to put it like as Terence Crawford we could have had this fight 4 years ago. He been waiting for 4 years, and you trying to basically make it seem like that Errol Spence is the reason that Terence Crawford has been waiting for 4 years. Now you backtracking. So you got to make it make sense to me.
That's what I'm saying. Shit, if you Bud, then you got to feel like you done been waiting for 4 years on this fight.
Whose fault is that?
Obviously, he gonna blame the promoter.
No.
He
Let's
gonna
go back to something else you said, because you brought up. You said, well, Errol Spence. He only fought 2 times in 4 years. He been getting hurt. This, and that. Okay, it don't matter what Errol Spence been getting hurt or whatever happened on.
It do matter. He ain't active.
It doesn't matter if he was active or not. Terence Crawford was still with Top Rank. At the end of the day, Terence Crawford was still with Top Rank. So you got to explain to me how that matters. If his promoter was telling you the fight needs to build more, who's going to pay for it? I lost so much money on Terence Crawford that I could build a house in Beverly Hills.
That's why he left.
So you're going to pretend like you didn't say that you didn't try to put it on Errol Spence and say Errol Spence been injured and he only fought this many times.
Them just the facts. It ain't like it ain't putting it off on nobody. Them the facts.
What does that have to do? Because like I said, you saying they're facts. We all know that. But that don't have nothing to do with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence not fighting each other. The reason that Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fight has not happened is because decisions that Terence Crawford made. That's what you don't want to say. It don't have nothing to do with Errol Spence. It's because of his decisions that he made. If all of the fighters, if all my money is over there on that side of the street over there, why am I going to run to the fucking opposite side of the street?
But because I see people on my side of the street getting money over there. If the homies on my side of the street still going over there getting money.
Hold on. Besides Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, and I already explained why they made that fight, name me, right, within, don't say no Floyd and Pacquiao, right? Name me.
Just name that.
Hold
Why
on.
not?
Name me within the past 5 years, what other big fight has Top Rank and PBC gotten together to make?
So that fight, we know it ain't happened. That ain't no secret now. We know them the 2 occasions. I just said that. But my thing is, if we know that it's gonna happen, then why would I not believe it can happen for him?
What you mean?
Now we gonna put it all on him that it don't happen?
So when Terence Crawford re-signed with Top Rank, when everybody was telling him not to, when all of the fighters was on the PBC side, right? And at that point in time, the only big fight that they had done joint promotion with each other in years was Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, right?
Until that time. Yeah.
You know that. You know that the only co-promotion that these two companies have got together and done up to that point is Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. And you also know how difficult it was to make that happen and how long it took to make that happen. Why would you go and sign with Top Rank? Make it make sense to me. I'm just asking.
Because he guaranteed it to
y'all
him.
want to put it on Errol Spence.
I ain't putting it. I don't put it all on EJ. I'm saying we got to put it on both of them.
No, but now you saying that
grown ass men.
You saying that now, but in the chat you wasn't saying that. And
in the chat, I'm saying we got to look at both sides. Like I said, we got to look at both sides.
On both sides, you was Errol Spence, that man, and he ain't fought, and he keep getting injured. And
no, I'm saying that because y'all gonna keep blaming Bud. Y'all gonna keep blaming Bud like Errol fighting 2 times a year. Like Errol fighting 3 times. Like he ain't just flip a Lambo. Like he don't get up and weight to 170.
It don't
matter. What you want about him flipping his car for, bro?
It don't matter.
I'm saying because
we Negroes now.
What you say, Ace Money?
Ace Money. Ain't no Ace Money on this.
My bad. What you say, bro?
I say, wait a minute. What are you talking about? Like he ain't just flip the Lambo and all that shit. I don't want close it up, bro. I don't want all that shit to try with. That's the thing, bro.
He wasn't pushing for the fight. Bud was out here calling him out, bro.
This goes sum up
everything. Man, it's crazy.
Bro. When you look at Terence Crawford, and we looking at the years, and y'all trying to go say 4 years, this, that, and the third. The fight was really realistic for 1 year. Earl can't fight no motherfucker from a hospital bed, so that stalled the fight right there. When Earl came back, when he finished fight Danny Garcia, what Terence Crawford say? He don't want to fight him coming off that injury because he feel like he's not going. If he beat him, he don't feel like he'll get the credit that he deserves, right? So now we come to where we at now. He come off the Kell Brook win. Errol Spence come off the Danny Garcia win. He says flat out when the man asked him, "Do you want Errol Spence next?" Because everybody wanted. No, we want Manny Pacquiao. I had no problem with him wanting Manny Pacquiao, right? Errol Spence wanted Manny Pacquiao. You get the Pacquiao fight, big time money, get his ass out the way, anything. But he didn't come out and say he want Errol Spence. He said he wanted Manny Pacquiao, right? Then he come out and say the fight's behind him, right? The fight behind me, I don't want the fight no more. When he went to the fucking the Virgil Ortiz fight, when Virgil Ortiz fought, who he put down that night, I forgot who it was. He didn't want the fucking fight then. Then he come out now saying, "Oh, if he can get his tail out, if he can get his tails from between his legs, then everybody know the fight I want. I want the Errol Spence fight." All right, Errol Spence just came out saying now, all right, once I get this third scrap, I'm going for the last scrap. Then I'm going to get the last scrap. Terence Crawford. What the fuck is you talking about? You want a Jamel Charlo fight for that you know you're not gonna get, bro. You're not gonna get no fucking Jamel Charlo fight. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Jamel Charlo fight is not gonna be there for his ass. If you're not gonna fight Errol Spence and Al Heyman and don't do business with Errol Spence, which is bigger business than fucking Jamel Charlo, then Al Heyman not gonna do business with you with no fucking Jamel Charlo, bro. You don't know what Jamel got up there. He gonna have to fight Castano. If you get past Castano, he got a mandatory for the IBF that was holding out for his ass already. So he think he going up again the Jamel Charlo fight. That shit's not there for him. He's gonna have to fight Errol the True Spence Jr. When Errol Spence say, "Terence Crawford, I'm coming for your ass when he get this third scrap." And if he say he don't want that fight, the pressure gonna be on his ass, and a lot of shit gonna change on his ass because promoters ain't gonna want to fuck with him. They already don't want to fuck with him at this moment. They turned him down, saying the only fight for him is Errol Spence. So it's gonna come down to him making the business decision and making the fight that's right there for his ass and having to take that 40% now that this man got 3 scraps to his 1 scrap and going in there. To me, it's a 50-50 fight. He got an opportunity to win. But this ain't no reason for you motherfuckers to be up here talking about, oh, yeah, he should be saying that. And he been waiting for this long. And he ain't been waiting for shit, bro. He's been turned down the fight just like every motherfucker else been turned down the fight, saying shit that don't make no goddamn sense, contradicting the shit out of himself. That's exactly what he's been doing.
And y'all keep talking like EJ the boogeyman, man.
He ain't no motherfucking boogeyman. We ain't talking about no boogeyman and all that shit. We talking about business and a fight. We not trying to hear no boogeyman and all that. Oh, boogeyman. We talking about business and a fight right now. Y'all can keep all the other corny ass shit somewhere else. Right now, it's an opportunity for him to fight Errol Spence. Right? Spence finna go fight Ugas. Assume he get past him. and he say he want Bud next. So that's it. That's all. The fight is more realistic now than it ever was with fucking Bob Burnham, and that's a fact. And do his ass want the fight or not?
Shit,
like
he ain't gonna turn the fight down.
Shit.
He been wanting to fight.
Well, he been turning it down. We gonna see.
Shit, the thing was, that's what fucked him. He turned it down. They offered it to him before, but he turned down 60-40. He ain't want that 60-40 shit. That's why he ain't gonna have no case against Bob. But I don't think he's scared of that fight, man.
Nobody said he was scared of the fight. Who said he was scared? You said he's scared. Nobody mentioned the word scared. Nobody put scared in the vocabulary.
Hell nah, y'all talk that shit.
It ain't that we talking that
on
shit.
there
What
talking
we talking
that
about?
shit.
What we talking about is the business side. What he been fucking up on. Like Keon say, he gonna do the business for him. His business is fucked up. These are facts. Now don't get me wrong. He made good money with Bob Burnham. Did what he did, but now he got an opportunity to get the biggest payday of his fucking life and be on the biggest stage of his life. Fighting Errol Spence Jr. for undisputed. It gets no bigger than that for Terence Crawford. That's his legacy fight. He's not fighting nobody else on that type of time, bro. So he got an opportunity right here to come and take this 40%. If it's still 40%, I want Errol Spence to keep it at 40. I don't want no more bullshit going on. And Bud gonna have to let that fucking ego go and accept the 40 with a man holding 3 titles to your 1 title at 147 pounds. That's it. That's all, man.
So Bud ain't boxing. Bud ain't HOF right now.
Ain't nobody talking about HOF or nothing. Stop beating around the bush, steady pushing the goalposts. We talking about the fucking fight right now at 147.
Shit, if I'm Hall of Fame right now,
I don't give a fuck about Hall of Fame.
Why the fuck I'm gonna take a 60-40
Is he retired right now? Is he retired? Is he retiring right now? Yes or no?
Have you been undisputed?
Is he retiring, bro?
Hell no, we know
so
he
what
ain't.
What the fuck is we talking about Hall of Fame for?
Because I got a
that has nothing to do with shit.
Ticket sales don't mean shit when it comes to what I
everything. Is the Hall of Fame boost this motherfucking pay-per-view up over that piece of shit he did with Sean Porter? Huh? The Hall of Fame make his pay-per-view numbers go up. The Hall of Fame put asses in the seats. Hell no, we're not talking about what's gonna happen once you retire. We're talking about what's going on as the fights go on. You talking about Hall of Fame?
Man,
we're not talking about none of that shit.
It's an undisputed fight. What undisputed fight ain't gonna do no numbers?
And why is it doing numbers?
Now don't talk no shit now. Make it make sense.
Why is it doing numbers? Why is it doing numbers?
So it's
why is it doing numbers? Because he fighting who?
Why so now everybody that watched the fight gonna tune in to see him.
Oh my God. It's doing numbers because he fighting Errol the True Spence Jr., right?
Exactly. So if we know the fight gonna do numbers, what's the problem?
He has an opportunity to finally do something, big numbers with Errol the True Spence Jr. A man that holds 3 titles to your 1.
Money, hold on. Let me y'all hold on real quick. I'm gonna let y'all continue to cook. But I need to respond to this real quick. Hold on. In this chat, dude, keep hate the king. He says, "Man, you crazy for clicking the link. These dudes Spence protectors. Nah, he a real ass man, and you a strong cold bitch that like to type in the chat, and you would never dare get up here. That's why he clicked it.
I got all the respect in the world for this man, nigga. Just because we up here talking about
this
the
my
shit,
dude. This
is what we do.
He clicked the fucking link, just like
this is what we do.
Exactly, bro. This shit is not personal.
Nobody disrespected nobody.
Man, not a man soul.
And when we finish, we gonna salute him and thank him, and he can be any fucking panel after this shit.
You dig?
Weak ass down back and be a keyboard warrior, motherfucker. He's standing on what he say.
Wow,
Talk that shit.
It ain't gonna stop us from kicking his ass up here, but he's standing on what he say.
No, we gonna hold it down.
He can leave up off here with a little more understanding than what he came on here with.
Get your bitch ass out my motherfucking chat.
Well, see, that's my only thing, and man, we gotta separate business and legacy, man. Shit, if you don't chase a check.
No, you can't. Listen, let me tell you, bro. Ain't no way you gonna separate business from legacy because you need the business first. Look, we want the fight. All of us want the fight. So what we saying is, if Errol Spence get 50 and Terence Crawford get 50, we don't give a fuck about that. We don't care. All right, they got 50-50. All we saying is Errol Spence saying, okay, it's 60-40, right? 60-40, and the fight ain't gonna happen. And Terence Crawford saying, nah, if it ain't 50-50, it's not gonna happen. Then who has the better claim? Who has the better claim to their case? If Errol Spence sitting here with 3, even with 2 titles, he got the better claim because of the pay-per-view numbers. But now we're sitting here with 3 fucking titles, and his pay-per-view numbers are doing more than Terence Crawford. And what's holding up the fight is the business end because Bud don't want to accept the 40%. Who got the bigger claim to their case? Errol Spence or Terence Crawford?
Definitely EJ do. EJ got the straps.
And that's what we're saying now. If that's what's gonna, because that's the only thing they can hold up the fight is the business end.
But because you got the straps, then we could have been got this shit if you wanted it. We ain't have to see Danny Garcia and you fight.
Listen, he didn't want the fight. Did you hear him say, I don't want the fight after the accident because I'm not going to get credit? This is Terence Crawford words. I'm not fighting him coming off his accident because if I beat his ass, I'm not going to get the credit. They go say, oh.
Right. Them facts.
And I can respect that, right?
Yeah.
So he went and fought Danny Garcia. He went and fought Kell Brook. When he beat Kell Brook, they asked him, who do you want next? Errol Spence? No, I want Pacquiao. He was in position to get the Pacquiao fight, but the investors pulled out. Bob Earn and put the money up. Errol Spence almost got Pacquiao. He got the eye injury. All I'm saying is, fuck
Errol Spence called out Pacquiao first.
Listen, what I'm saying is, I'm not mad at him wanting Pacquiao. I'm not mad at Spence wanting Pacquiao. We understand that shit, right? Fuck all that. Throw all that shit out the window. Fuck what happened in the past. All this, we know. We talking about right now where we stand. We closer than ever to getting the fight than anything, bro. So if Errol Spence is gonna have one more fight, get this third scrap, Bud Crawford do have an opportunity to give him another fight in. I want him to get another fight in, right? Get you a fight in. But after that, see each other in the fall time. See each other in the fall time. You don't have Bob Earn no more. You can start Terence TBC promotion. Say that, keep that motherfucking promotion money in your pocket, right? But if you think you're finna go over jump Errol Spence and go to 54 and fight Jamel Charlo and not fight Errol Spence, that shit is not happening. I'm gonna tell you right now. That shit is a stretch. That shit is not happening, bro.
Because if he go to 54, PBC, Haney got most of the PBC fighters up there too, just as well as 47. So you're gonna have to sit down and do work with him anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's chess moves without Haney. Not chess. You're not finna jump and go get Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Without seeing Earl. But
the IBF mandatory been sitting right there for a minute, bro. He waited. He let them have the first fight. Now he can let them have the second fight. I don't think he gonna step aside from no damn Terence Crawford not get his opportunity.
I don't see it neither because I think Jamel going up to 160. Shit, I don't even think. I told y'all I ain't like what I seen from Jamel in the Castano fight.
If Jamal go to 68, Mel going to 60, and Errol Spence coming to 54. That's how that shit go rock out.
And Earl Bud just said, like, nah, Earl won't fight much as me. The politics is in the way. Like, he know what's up, but then, you know, you got Bernie doing all this talking. He got to shut Bernie up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he not saying certain shit, it's kind of hard when you know this is right-hand man, but it's like, you got to shut this dude up. But, like...
Bernie got a narrative.
No, hold on. It starts to contradict Bud's narrative when Bud's kicking out some shit that actually makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like the same day that he had the interviews, Bernie had a poll on her, Errol Spence the biggest duck in boxing and shit. Like that's bad publicity when your man just saying like, hey, nah, he want to fight just as much as me. And you know what I'm saying? You know, the politics of boxing have gotten in the way in. You know what I'm saying? I know he wants to fight. Like Bernie saying doing this other shit, like that's not good business. Like you got to get this man under control because Bud just quiet. But he can say he have a perspective, but all this shit just because you got a perspective don't mean the shit is correct or it makes sense. Sometimes Bernie just be running his mouth just to be saying it, and it's just to throw some shade on Spence. No cap.
Become the liability, G5.
But you don't hear Spence team or his sister or nobody saying that, oh, Bud this or Bud that or Bud this. You ask Spence team, they be like, you know what? Nah, Bud, he a good fighter. He a great talent or so whatever. We just feel like EJ better, and EJ gonna beat him. They not worrying about what he doing in his personal life. And they talking about his, you know, his jewelry and all this other stuff. Man, these feminine female ass traits, bro. Like, if you really want to fight, let's keep it on that. This is a new age in boxing, bro. Your accolades don't mean more than the business in these days, bro. These promoters are greedier than ever, bro. This not the golden era no more. It's about that paper. A network is not going to put you on a slot on their network if you don't bring in dollars in like that, bro. And it's supposed to be a mega fight. You know what I'm saying? Bud could be a bigger star than what he is. He dealing with some self-inflicted wound due to bad business decisions. We understand that. Now you're a free agent. You got to have somebody backing. You said 50-50 or no fight. You X out the whole equation or even to negotiate. When the reporter asked EJ about that, because he didn't even bring it up, a reporter did. She asked, he's like, I feel like I should get 60%, because I feel like I could be on more 147 and, got on all that shit. Okay. But I let Al do my business to negotiate, and Bud would let Al, Bob do his business to negotiate. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Bud just X himself out the equation. And then the fight is past me. The fight is past me. Bro, you still an active fighter. And it's like when you saying the fight past me, it's not like you was just knocking doors down to try to go get the fight with EJ. You know what I'm saying? But everybody make it seem like, oh, EJ been ducking this man for all these years. Okay, he had the accident. Hey, that's a self-inflicted wound on EJ. The eye, shit, that can happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can sustain that injury. The car accident, that's on EJ. You know what I'm saying? He just a blessed individual, and he had to rehab, and yeah, it pushed shit behind. Okay, now he's training. He back in. He got his get back fight. Boom. Then he told him he's gonna honor that fight. Boom. He did that shit. Now he gone. He finally got the Pacquiao. He trained and got the injury in there. If it weren't for that, he would have still been fighting. So I'm like, shit happens. But during this time,
let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that with all of the shit that Bob Arum was saying, and like I said, and you go back to Terence Crawford pay-per-view numbers, he's a hell of a fighter, but you go back to his pay-per-view numbers, and that's what the promotional companies go off of, right? Especially when they do a joint promotional, a PBC top rank, event. Do you think that the fight would have happened while Terence Crawford was on top rank, even if Errol Spence hadn't suffered the injuries?
Hell no.
Yeah, nope.
Hell no. Shit, when Bud wanted Manny Pacquiao and they was both on top rank, they ain't
Exactly.
giving.
So, and I'm gonna let G5 cook because you cooking. But
yeah.
So my point, all I was saying is that all of that, his injury and his car accident, that really didn't matter because the whole time Bud was still on top rank. So from what Bob Arum was saying, it wasn't gonna happen anyway.
Well, we can say that because we know that, bro.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Until Bud got out of his contract with top rank. So now is the time. But go ahead. My bad, G5. Go ahead. You on mute, G5.
yeah, no, I was just saying, just we just got to look at what's been said and what's going on, so it's like, okay, Bud, what you gonna do? Yeah, you can fight. It's a 50-50 fight. I like Bud. I just don't like the business that he got going behind him and just, shit that people be saying, like, let Bud do all the goddamn talking. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to hear the lieutenant, the second man in charge. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. But if you represent them, then yeah, that were a problem gonna come in to lie.
I got a question for the panel.
Hmm?
Do y'all think that Bud's personality hurt his career as much as his business decisions?
Nah. Personality ain't gonna bring you that dollars. Business is. Yeah. It's been plenty assholes they made a big bag. Now he could have talked to more media or whatever, but he still could have been himself. But it's been plenty of people who've been jackasses, but if they can fight and they sold shit, they gonna get that bread.
Yeah, I agree because y'all got to look at what I continue to say. You got my outside the box media. You got to look at what I continue to say is that he didn't have the fights over there on top rank. He didn't have the fights over there. So ask yourself, what would Bud? How big would he be if he had a sign with the PBC instead of top rank?
Well, we all know it was dumb as hell. We know that was the bad move. What was it, 2018 or 2020? One of them years he signed. 2018, yeah, 2018.
Like the beginning part of like 2018.
Yeah, because I remember waiting. I remember hoping that he was gonna jump over to the PBC ship, but you know, ain't nothing you can do about that if they guaranteeing you or they ask or you, and then you watching people get money across the street. If I'm across the street and I'm watching the homies get money walking across the street, then shit. Now you know everything ain't for everybody, but at that same rate, I can't fault him for thinking that it would happen.
Why?
Yeah.
How would you think that you're gonna get all of these fights with a Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, all them? How did you think that was gonna happen when these two promoters, right? They didn't just start doing that when Errol Spence and Terence Crawford named. They've been doing business like that. Like I said, look how long it took them to make Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, and look how big they
Floyd
name is.
Mayweather.
They've been doing business like that. Shit, they was coming off probably just like what 2 years prior to 2018 when he re-signed his contract with Top Rank. Motherfucking Bob Arum had sued the PBC, had sued my man Al Heyman. So how in the world would you think, oh yeah, I'm gonna go over here and sign with PBC, but I'm still gonna get all these big fights? Like, you gotta be retarded to think that. You gotta be retarded to think that, because you know that they don't do business like that with each other. On special occasions, they do. Like I said, when they have to, because as a promoter, their thing is, how much money can we make if we put on this event? Not to break even, not to go in the red.
Facts.
They're not taking chances on something that's not proven, right? They're not. That's just how the game works. Any businessman, you ain't fucking taking. Once you at a certain level, you're not taking chances when you don't have to.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? And so when
Right.
everybody always talks about Wilder and Fury, they wasn't taking the chance with Wilder and Fury because they already had the numbers, and they knew at worst case scenario it's gonna do what the first pay-per-view did. But when we do the numbers, you know what I'm saying, we know it's gonna do way better than that. So they had something to play off. With Terence Crawford, at that point in time, he had did a pay-per-view. Back in the day, it was on, Top Rank HBO with Victor Postal. They say they did that shit, did like 60-something thousand, 50,000, right? Then you turn around and you do Amir Khan, and that barely do 100,000. Now, we like to blame a lot of shit on Bob Arum, right? Because Bob Arum is gonna get in the media and play like, oh yeah, the reason is because Errol Spence is scared. He's scared. But when he does interviews, he tells you the exact opposite. That's why you got to listen to everything. He's telling you why the fight can't be made, that it needs to be bigger. Because when we put out the numbers, at this point in time, right, Errol Spence, he did maybe one pay-per-view. He did good, right? But then you look at Terence Crawford, and he flopped again. How is that enough money at that time? They ain't going off of, oh, well, because the fans want to see the fights. That doesn't mean shit. The fans wanted to see the fights. They don't know if the fans are going to buy the fight. So they need to go off numbers. So how are they going to sit down to the table and say, okay, well, Errol Spence, he did this amount of numbers with one pay-per-view, right? And then Terence Crawford, he flopped, and then he came back and he did, barely touched 100,000. How's that enough money to make a joint promotional pay-per-view? How is that enough money? And then on the other hand, you got to remember that Bob Arum was demanding, along with Terence Crawford, 50-50. 50-50. If we gonna make this happen, we got to get 50% of the profits. Well, how does that make sense with PBC if they're the ones putting up the big numbers, right? And you not. And then Bob Arum told you that he wasn't willing to put up money for it. He said, who's going to pay for it? They want too much money. I'm not. These are all things that came out of Terence Crawford promoter's mouth. So it's just crazy to me when people try to blame Errol Spence for the fight not happening. It don't have nothing to do with if you think Terence Crawford is better or if you think Errol Spence is better. It don't have nothing to do with his accolades and he can retire tomorrow and go to the. That has nothing to do with the simple facts and the logic of why the fight didn't happen. So when you look at all of that, it goes back to Terence Crawford, the reason the fight didn't happen. Because once he signed on that dotted line in 2018 with Top Rank, that's it. That's it. And then once you do a pay-per-view and you flop, that's not Errol Spence's fault. Ain't got nothing to do with Errol Spence. The business of boxing, like I said, people got to think with logic. These promoters are not in the business of taking chances in, oh, well, I hope I'll get money out of this, but I'll probably lose. Nah, you're not finna do it. It just don't work like that. No businessman does business like that. And I'm not going to blame Bob Arum for not wanting to do the business because shit, he want to get money. That's his whole thing. How much money can we get out of this? You know what I'm saying? And so they had a measuring stick. And the measuring stick they had with Errol Spence's pay-per-view numbers, he did good pay-per-view numbers, but Terence Crawford didn't. Fury and Wilder was two different things. Fury and Wilder, their first pay-per-view I think they did like 350K, right? The second pay-per-view did 800 and some K. Two whole different things. And the ESPN, they're the ones that came in and was like, we need this Wilder Fury rematch. We need it. Remember, they didn't only come in and do the Wilder Fury rematch. Remember, they signed Tyson Fury to a big-ass contract because they thought that Tyson Fury was a mega superstar. They're like, oh, he going to be a superstar. He can talk. He doing this and he doing that. They gave him like, what, 100-some mil? Something like that. So you got to look at the whole situation. There was a whole lot going on with that. And Terence Crawford and Errol Spence just wasn't at that point. Now I believe that Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, even though Terence Crawford still hasn't done big pay-per-view numbers, I believe now, because it don't have to be a joint pay-per-view promotion, right? So if you PBC and you take on the fight, you're going to be in the green no matter what, because you don't have to split it with Top Rank. When you got to split it with another promoter, now if they needed you to do, you know what I'm saying, let's say 200,000 pay-per-view buys for them to make a profit off of it, now you splitting it with a promoter. Now they need you to do double that. That's why we don't get a lot of these big fights, you know, when the joint promotional, right? Because both of them going to want to be 50-50 and both of them are going to want to come out in the green. And you splitting the bag. You know what I'm saying? You splitting the bag. It ain't like, okay, it's all Top Rank and we get all the money. Or it's all PBC and we get all the money. No, now you got to split that bag. And if you come out in the red and you still got to split it, now you done lost millions and millions of dollars. So, I mean, I don't think people understand that. So, like I said, it's Terence Crawford's fault for re-signing with Top Rank. And the only way that he would have been able to re-sign with Top Rank and not have this outcome is if he had done big pay-per-view numbers. You know what I'm saying? He re-signed with Top Rank and his pay-per-view numbers is doing 300 and some thousand, just like Errol Spence. Then it's like, okay, now that's enough money between, you know, 700,000, 750,000 pay-per-view buys between the both of us. That's enough money for the promoters to want to come and do a split, you know what I'm saying, a joint pay-per-view promotion. That's just what it is. So, I mean, you know, if y'all, I mean, do y'all understand? I mean, y'all understand that we all fuck with boxing heavy. You on mute. Y'all, everybody on mute. Shit. I'm done. That's all I had to say. Everybody on mute. Everybody gonna stay on mute. I can't hear you. Your phone outside the box media. I can't hear you. You ain't on mute, but I don't know. We can't hear you. Money, you got something to add to that?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I was grabbing my kids. No. I mean, I totally agree, bro. I mean, I'm like, I ain't really got too much more to add on it. It's just, you know what I'm saying? People gotta understand business, bro. You know what I'm saying? Business is always gonna make the needle move, bro. No matter how great the fighters is these days, man, if you don't got your business intact, then shit, it ain't happening. I'm telling you, this is a new era. These niggas trying to get paper. The
Right.
promoters want to be bigger than the fighters.
Yeah, it's just like it's something all okay. But at the end of the day, bro, that's where we at right now. We gotta say fuck the past if we in a position to get the fight now. Like we start living in the past. Everybody want to bring up, well, he been waiting for this long. He been waiting for this long. Oh well, he said this. Man, fuck all that, bro. Where we at now? Where we stand right now? If the fight's still good, the people still want the fight right now. Hell yeah. If the motherfucker still wanted a Mercon and fucking Kell Brook and that shit digger, and it was a domestic fight, so I get him that. But if that shit still went out there and rocked out, then Errol Spence and Terence Crawford is definitely way hotter than that shit right now as we speak. And if Errol Spence telling you, all right, it's time, let's make this shit happen after I get this third scrap. He still got to get past your Dennis Ugas. I don't want to disrespect Ugas, but he get past your Dennis Ugas and he telling you it's time. Then nigga, it's time. Let's make this shit happen. Get it out the way. Let's see who the best at the division. And let whatever be, let it be. You know what I mean? Fuck all this back and forth. Oh, he said it this many times and he said this. Nah, fuck all that, bro. Right now, and it's bigger than ever. It's still bigger than ever. The fight is sold. We didn't promoted this shit for how many years? I want to say we promoted it, but the fight is sold, man. Once they sign a fucking contract and get it in, voila, magic. And that's it on that, bro.
Yeah, and like I said, now it should be easier than ever. It ain't complicated. All you got to do is go fuck with the PBC. You know what I'm saying? Once you a PBC fighter, you can't give me a good enough excuse why this fight shouldn't be made. You can't. It ain't no excuse in the world why Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fight should not be made if Terence Crawford is with the PBC. That's the biggest fight they can make by far. And you get all of the money to yourselves. I mean, shit. But like I said, man, Terence Crawford got to go. He got to do the business with the PBC. He got to go sit down with him. Yeah, man. But let me get everybody's last words. I'm gonna go to you, G5. Let me get your last words.
G5. All right, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. I appreciate you. Everybody always my brother. Salute to you, Key. It's always a pleasure. Same to you, my bro, Money Brown. OTB, salute, bro. Shit, glad you hopped up here and cook, man. Real nigga shit. A lot of people just sit here in the chat and just type. But they can't explain what they typing. So salute to you. Keep on doing your shit. Salute to the chat. Appreciate everybody rocking with my boy Key on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Supporting, smashing my bro like button. Y'all, if you ain't subbed to Money, y'all should be. Shit, sub to OTB. You know what I'm saying? Sub to myself as well, man. We all doing this thing. We the ones who really kicking the real shit. You know what I'm saying? All these people with the machine behind them, except maybe a handful of them, ain't talking about shit. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing y'all thing, bro, because they listening. They taking content, trust me. They just stole Key shit, they done stole Money shit, and stole plenty of other people's shit. So keep kicking y'all shit. Like I always say, man, shit, come in with an empty plate and I'm gonna fill that bitch up. You know what I'm saying? That's it, bro.
Yes, sir. Salute, G5. Outside the Box Media, man. Give me your last word. Let everybody know where to find you. Yeah, you muted. We can't even hear you. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this joint. We can't. You probably will have to go out and come back in because, we can't hear you. Yeah, but y'all go sub to Outside the Box Media. He got a platform too. So make sure that y'all go check him out. Like I said, man, it ain't nothing but respect. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with him. He be in here every day. I fuck with him. He ain't no troll. He just, you know what I'm saying? His viewpoint of the situation was just different than ours. But he was man enough to come on the panel and, you know what I'm saying, explain why he was saying what he was saying. None but respect. Money. What's happening, Money? Let him know. Let him know, Money.
Yes, it's all good, man. Thanks everybody for coming through, rocking out with us, man. Showing my bro Keith support, and for sure, I'm gonna go subscribe to my man. Say outside the box media, I fuck with him, bro. He came on, he held his own, didn't get emotional, didn't get disrespectful. You know what I mean? He got his ass whooped left to right. You know what I mean? That was gonna happen, but you know he tried to stand his ground up. But hopefully, the main goal is to educate each other, man. So you know he said what he said, and hopefully he left with some more knowledge than what he had. You know. He said you got to look at things from both sides of the perspective. Then you got to open up your minds, look at things from both sides of the perspective as well. But much love to everybody coming out, man, rocking out. You know, it's been a pleasure. As always, man, shouts out to my brother G5 Gabe. You know, Gabe will kick it to you the best way. And shit, I don't give a fuck about people stealing my shit, Gabe. I steal people's shit as well. So, you know, that's just the game. You dig what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. But y'all follow me, man, at Monty Brown TV on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram at Monty the Writer. We show every fight, every Saturday, every Friday, whatever day is the fight's on, right? No matter how big, no matter how small, man, we go show that shit. Y'all come through, rock out with your boy. We'll go live tonight at 9 o'clock Central Time tonight. So that'll be what? 7 o'clock Pacific and 10 o'clock Eastern, man. Y'all come rock out with your boy. We go kick it. We go enjoy it. We go have fun. And you already know, Keith, man, it's all love, fam. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy, man, Big Dog Status.
Already. And once again, y'all subscribe to all my brothers. If y'all ain't subscribed to them yet, I appreciate everybody for coming through, rocking out with us. Man, this show was too damn long. I wouldn't even intend on doing the show this long, but you know, it be like that sometimes. Another great show. Appreciate everybody in the chat. I'm sick of talking about this shit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sick of talking about this Errol Spence and Terence Crawford shit, but I just felt some things needed to be addressed. But we back again tomorrow, same place, same time, and we talking about a different goddamn topic. You feel me? But man, and make sure once again y'all sub to my brothers. Click that like button, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.